Somebody sign me. They call me John Jr. Alright, let's fucking go. We're back. Another double week of Emerald Open. Jeez, it feels good to be back. Okay, let's get this shared out. Let's get cooking on the sharing. We got some games to get to today. Maybe we'll watch my game. Who's to say? I didn't win, unfortunately, but that does not mean we won't get to my game at some point. Live battles. Apparently, Baton Pass is fucking banned. I don't know, big dog. Alright. What games do we want to watch? I haven't actually looked at. The thing is, I don't have the LRXC plug thing to tell me what games are being played this week. All right, we'll play. We'll play an Emerald Open, of course. Who? Oh, pod. Okay. Where else I'll put in BBR. All right, let's get going. The last the last game we had was fucking Papoon versus OG Albino, which is kind of funny. That was a game. It wasn't a great game. I wouldn't call it a great game. For lots of different reasons, but we're gonna be going through live games, replays, and stuff today for Emerald Open brackets. They're back today. There've been quite a few games that have happened already. As I said, I have played as an example. So I played my game. There's kind of a bunch of games that have been played today, so we'll probably watch a bunch. We'll kind of get chilling though. I'm just kind of getting set up and settled in with kind of all of the settings. I don't know who we're going to have for guests today, though. We had L5 join for most of last stream. He might join today, I don't know. I put an open invitation out to the moderators in not in L2P, in the mod chat. But I'm going to give... Is there anyone planning on playing here? I don't think anybody has actually played, is actually planning on playing just this second. There's like a lot of games to play. Oh, this is one I really want to watch here. This is going to be a really good game. Zugu versus Jabba. This is one we have to watch, I think. This is going to be one of the better games. Oh my god, this is going to be one of the better games of pool of the brackets. By far, probably the actual best matchup we have player-wise in brackets. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think this might be our best matchup of the bracket stage. Two very, very good players, of course. I think Zugu makes deep runs pretty much every Emerald Open, and then Jabba is obviously one of the best Smogon players. Kind kind of all time, really. So let's take a look at this matchup a little bit before we actually get into the battle. Dueling Hariyamas here in this matchup. Let's talk about what looks good for Jabba here. Zapdos looks to have an okay-ish matchup. It kind of matches up okay into this scene. I don't know. I just lost to Jabba last week. Yeah, Jabba is really, really good. Is, you know, a light way of putting it. TD Gyarados does that. Oh, one thing I didn't check is, do I have this on low latency? I didn't check if I have low latency on this. Oh, what a throw. I'll make sure. Wait, hold on. I can probably check. I didn't even think to do that this week. Hold on. So if I go into if I go into, what's it called, live, I can probably look at tomorrow's settings and see if it's low latency. It's sleeper. I don't really care about sleeper right now. I don't know. All right, whatever. I'll leave it. I'll trust the chat. I'll trust that the chat will be fine. DD Gyarados says, yeah, you're right. DD Gyarados kind of goes crazy in this matchup. HP Flying EQ kind of puts in a lot of work. I think Zapdos is kind of decent here. It forces Nidoqueen a lot, but you have a lot of things on your team that can pressure Nidoqueen, you know, a lot. You can also just run extra sensory and pressure Nidoqueen as well. So I like the combination of Zapdos. Gyarados is pretty nice here. On Zugu's side, Charizard's kind of been on fraud watch this tour, to be honest, like most of the way through. Charizard is not, I don't think, been very good for a lot of people. I don't know. I know that Scrap did an updated graphic. Was Charizard on this? No, it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look at the data again. Maybe that's just my own assumption. But Metagross is obviously very, very powerful in this matchup amongst others. Steelix is kind of forced to take a lot of damage here when you have stuff like Hariyama that can come in and put some pressure on it. So a lot going here in this matchup. If you guys are excited also for today's stream, make sure to like the stream because we got a lot of good games coming up. We're going to be live for about 5 hours today and tomorrow. So make sure to like the stream because these streams have been super fun. And I want to keep doing them for kind of the rest of the tour, so that always helps out. All right, let's get into the game. Let's see what we lead. All right, we're just leading off with Gyarados right off the bat. Because Gyarados, I mean, it is broken, so might as well just go straight out to it. And we go with Substitute here. Sub DD, okay. Well, Sub DD is a very, very powerful way of making progress here. We do have Hidden Power Flying, and we do eat a lot of damage from this Hidden Power, but we have a Likey Berry. Uh-oh. Okay, so we actually don't kill. Wow, we lose our Gyarados there. We trade the Gyarados for Pelipper, almost Pelipper. Wow, I guess maybe, what are the rolls in that? Maybe you think that kills? Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to see the rolls. I don't have the calc up in front here. Zapdos gets to come in and click Hidden Power though, which is nice. Gets a free click. And then sets up a sub on the Glalie that's getting Spikes up. Spikes, one thing to note here in this matchup, I think without Gyarados gone, Spikes are super huge, especially since Steelix is going to be a common Metagross check. So if you get a lot of Spikes up, that Steelix is going to be forced, if it's rest, to rest frequently. So Spikes are very, very good against Jabba's team in this matchup. We get a Baton Pass out into Hariyama behind a sub, so that's going to be good. We get our second layer of Spikes. We'll probably try to get the third layer of Spikes on this Focus Punch as we just boom to break the sub, which is probably fair enough. As we get Nidoqueen in here. Sludge Bombing is kind of aggressive because this could just be guts and just break through the rest of your team. I don't know if Nidoqueen's necessarily the greatest way to come into here, but maybe you feel like you're threatening it with something else. So we just keep Sludge Bombing it, and we've lost our Nidoqueen. I guess we've weakened it enough for Metagross to come in now, probably, as Steelix comes out, and this is kind of where Steelix gets to shine here, taking 17%, pretty much healing all of that back with leftovers. Quick 44, so we can probably eat this EQ pretty well, yeah, and now we've put the Steelix in a bit of a rough spot, and that's the power of Spikes coming in here you know, being able to get that Steelix out of the way. I still don't really necessarily like how he played into the Hariyama, but it's probably okay-ish. We've elected to agility, but we're not killing the Zapdos, so I guess we're banking on a flinch here to get us back into it. We don't get the flinch either, so we're probably playing... So we have the Sceptile, maybe we have Charizard endgame here. As we see HP Ice revealed. I guess we're kind of opening up that endgame with Charizard potentially. I'm gonna actually just mute this phone, because it's gonna bother me the entire time. So we get a Subleech C going. We have HP probably Fire here to put pressure on Celebi, or HP Ice. I guess HP Ice makes more sense here. So we do pick up the trade against Celebi, and these spikes are kind of a problem here because Hariyama's taking a lot of damage. And I mean, this is not going to kill, but okay, that will kill. All right. Well, I guess if you get a crit, it will kill. That is kind of one way of looking at it. I assume that it didn't necessarily kill without that crit. As we Leaf Blade again. Not sure if we're trying to predict something there or not, but we get Charizard back in. Well, I guess that'll do it. I guess Rock Slide Missile will do it. Yeah, I don't know what the last Pokemon was in this matchup. Maybe something like Cloyster or something. I think either way, Zugu probably wins that game. It looks like with what Pokemon, with Charizard against what was probably left in the back, given Java's reaction. Odd game, yeah. A lot of weird plays. Maybe a lot of, yeah, kind of a lot of odd plays maybe in that one, but unfortunately coming down to Rock Slide Miss is not is not great. That's never how you want to see kind of a game get resolved in the end, but certainly, you know, as I said, this is going to be one of the, you know, the two kind of best players on our tour. So yeah, very interesting game. I think they played that maybe not how I would have initially thought they would have, but yeah, Java comes out on top, so Java moves on to round of 64 in the next round. So there is a double elimination aspect of this tournament as we get to the round of 16. We'll talk about more of that as we kind of move through the tournament. Won't kind of cover it too much this week, but will be relevant as the weeks go on. Certainly. Alright, let's see what we want to watch next. I don't think there's any game going live. I think Vess is supposed to be playing Liam the Walrus. So we'll watch this we'll watch Vess, DPL captain, against Liam the Walrus. I don't know what this guy's... Is it just Liam? I don't actually know what this guy's username is on the thing. This guy says I haven't logged in. That's funny. Probably trying to avoid flamethrower into flare. Yeah, maybe. That's probably... That makes sense. I don't know. You probably have EQ though. Maybe it's fine. He could just be like physical, and that was his move to hit, and he's like Rock Slide Earthquake with some sort of sub belly drum or something like that. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. We'd have to see the teams, of course. But alright, Vess game is up. Of course it goes to that tab. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it go to that tab? Alright, I think I have the right team for Liam here. Alright, let's see what we got here. Zapdos lead versus Tauros lead. Tauros lead's very good here. Yeah, Double Edge is going to do a truck ton of damage. Vess is going to get a T-Wave off, which is nice. That makes Tauros a lot less effective over the course of this game. So, and you're going to be able to get a Baton Pass into Sableye, nice, and you can just absorb that Double Edge now, as it's probably Choice Banded. Now that you see that it's not recovering with leftovers, that would make the most sense for this to be Choice Banded. Now you can get to go into Fortress. Get a knockoff here. Remove the leftovers, which is good. And then you can just start... Oh, we're going to double into Dragonite here. I'm not sure if we were trying to take advantage of the Zapdos. Wow, okay, it looks like we were trying to, but that's going to put it to 1 HP, and now we're T-waved. Wow, that's huge. That was probably a roll then if they went for that, depending on the Zapdos set. So that's actually really, really, really unfortunate for Liam here. As he goes into Melodic, wow, on the Baton Pass, which is really, really bold play. As we see Sableye come out. Sableye, they trade Toxics here, but there is Refresh on the side of... I think it might be Hillbell. Yeah, we have Refresh on the side of Melodic here. But that gives Vess a free opportunity to get the leftovers off this Melodic, which will probably be relevant at some point in this game. Get a Surf on a Snorlax. That looks like a pretty bulky Snorlax to me. As we go right into Haunter, as we Curse. Well, I don't know if Haunter is necessarily going to do anything to this Lax. Because it's probably... It's either going to be Lum or Rest, which means that it's Burn, but this is a very temporary measure as we go right into Fortress here. Yeah, and this is looking like Rest, Curse, Return, Shadow Ball. As we get an Explosion that's going to do 32, but that's going to end the turn and bring in this Metagross, which probably does not have a chance to kill. And Earthquake. Alright, well, we have Earthquaked, which... does actually put this Lax at risk. Okay, so we're not Rest? Maybe we're just Curse 3 attacks then? Maybe? Figure we would have rested that turn just to kind of take advantage of that if we had it, but I guess we do not. We got a Hidden Power off here. Onto D-Knight. D-Knight, we mentioned could be Heal Bell. That's kind of a possibility. I mean, Heal Bell would be massive in this spot because you would open up your Tauros as well. But you still have a Sableye which you have to contend with. We see Paralyze here, unfortunately, on D-Knight, so that's a tough look. We're just going to double into Tauros to get an Intimidate off. Yeah, Heal Bell Refresh is also a little weird. I don't know if that necessarily makes the most sense in this spot. Alright, we get you double into Haunter. So Haunter should outspeed this, I think. It's 317, but you probably assume the Zapdos has a little bit of bulk in it, so you can probably outspeed most Zapdoses with the max speed Haunter in most draft matchups. As you would expect, probably some sort of max HP variant a decent amount of the time. I have to look at, looking at the speed tiers, what does this want to hit? Yeah, it is going to be actually, scared of this. That's going to deal a decent amount of damage, to be fair, with HP Ice. Is that Thunderbolt? Okay, well, that's, that crit's not too bad, for Liam the Walrus here. He can probably just stay in and sack this, though. He got a lot of value out of this Haunter. It burned, and the Lax just let itself go down. Now, it could just not have been a set to play around Burn, which is fine, but then it also crit and got the Sableye, so you don't necessarily have to switch this thing out at this point. You can just kind of attack into Alakazam and protect against something like sub CM Zam here. I mean, it could CM, which would be tough, but it's just going to attack you. Okay. That was a fine sack here. Now you get in Metagross for free, and even though this has Fire Punch, you're definitely killing. And with Donphin in the back, that's such an easy switch that you can just kind of come in and attack for free and not really worry about it too much. Alright, so we go into Tauros here. Tauros at this point is kind of low on value because of the fact that it's paralyzed. So you get an Intimidate off, and this Intimidate kind of allows you to attack this thing straight up. But with the Metagross, you can roll an attack raise, which is really important. And you see there that allows you to live with a little bit of extra HP. And then we don't miss the mash, and we are able to get our Donphin here. Now, Zam is still a problem in this spot. We go back into Milo. If it is CM Zam, this could have been an issue. It is CM Zam, so this could be a problem. We get a Toxic. That Toxic will synchronize back, and it is Lumberry, so now we're in a really, really bad spot because this is doing 50%, and I'm pretty sure we're just locked out of this game now against the Zam. I don't think there's really much we can do. We can go into Dragonite, but this surely has Ice Punch as the last move, and yes, it does have Ice Punch, and that will be a good game. So that should, yep, good game for Vess here. Alakazam endgame. Alakazam stocks, I think, are really high right now. I think we've watched a lot of good Alakazam gameplay the last few times that we went on stream. Now, we did watch a random 6-0 with the with the Zam. So that is also like a thing we saw. So maybe our thoughts on Zam are a little biased the last couple of weeks, but good game there for Vest to win that, and he's onto the next round. All right, let's look at some other replays. See what we want to watch. We go to Matty Brolick, the GOAT, Matty Brolick, another veteran of the draft community. Let's see what Matty is bringing today against. Let's hope that this is their username. It is perfect against the Kola Koala. I'm not sure about that name too much. All right, Meganium lead. Let's take a quick look at the team as we go into Gengar, maybe trying to play around Boom there. We have a Houndoom here on Kola Koala's side, which is a really interesting foil to Gengar in a lot of instances. So that's something that Matty's going to have to be really mindful here of. Medicham is also pretty good here. Shadow Ball is kind of not a free click, but Shadow Ball is a pretty good click into his opponent, into Matty's team. So if his opponent can get that Medicham in often, then it's going to look good for him. On Matty's opponent's side, I like Blaziken. Do I even like Blaziken? I don't like Blaziken a little bit because it brings in Aerodactyl a lot. I think Metagross once again is pretty decent, but I think this Houndoom is actually going to be a pretty big factor in this matchup because it makes Gengar hard to play with. It can put a lot of pressure on Meganium, and it's a good check to Metagross for the most part as well. So we get Spikes here. We just drop a Hidden Power, probably maybe trying to protect against that Houndoom coming in, as we see HP Ghost come out of this Fortress, and we get a big Fire Punch off there. And then we should see, we see Aerodactyl come out. I would maybe like to see Houndoom if it's in the back. As we just go into Meganium on the Rock Slide. That is not going to be a good switch in. But we get a Synth up, so that'll probably lead us to believe it's Choice Band, which is why we stay in Synth here. Pikachu sets up a Substitute, but Body Slam luckily breaks Substitute here from Pikachu. And then we see a crit from the Pikachu. A lot going on here. Early on in this game. So let's think about how this is playing out now. So Houndoom not coming in on Gengar is interesting. I kind of would have thought that might have been one, if you have Houndoom in the back, you might want to Pursuit Trap that Gengar, because Gengar can be pretty useful in this matchup as a way to check something like the Medicham, the Swampert. It already beat the Fortress, so those are kind of two things that it can be really good against. But Matty did kind of risk, opponents staying in with Aerodactyl there on a potential Rock Slide, kill again. Now Pikachu's kind of in, and Pikachu has had a really good tournament as well. This Pokemon's been very impactful, and this crit is going to basically neuter this Meganium's ability to do anything else, which means that Swampert might have a really good time the rest of this matchup. So the fact that Gengar is still around is going to be really important, I think, for Matty here to kind of prevent that. And we cover kind of all bases with a T-Bolt there, and now that allows us to get in our Aerodactyl for free here. And now we see Swampert come in. Oh, we're HP Grass. Oh, and we live the Hydra. Wow. And now we go into Houndoom here to live the HP Grass. HP Grass Aerodactyl is crazy from Matty, and he dodges the Rock Slide on Houndoom. Wow, that is unfortunate. Matty's just in such a... That would have been huge to pick up this Houndoom, because then that allows Gengar to be a really good way to foil this Swampert. Now that it's super weak too, you picked up a good HP Grass on that. Now Gengar is going to have a really good time breaking that. But you get your Blaziken in now, which is good, and you get an SD off. So SD Endure is going to be a classic way to kind of play this this game versus Aerodactyl, and you should be really free to kill this with Reversal. Yeah, that's going to be the freest Reversal kill of all time. Does it even kill the Swampert? Yeah, this is a good game. Reversal, Endure, a Blaziken is just going to wrap this one up in the end. A lot of hacks, a lot of interesting turns, but Blaziken is kind of inevitable. This was kind of one of the big things we saw a lot in EO1, was this type of Blaziken do very well. So one of the things, in prep that you can kind of do to prep around this outside of the obvious like priority quick attacks and such, is try to like spam status into these type of teams, just to kind of catch that Blaziken and prevent it from being able to use Endure. Now Maddie's team does a good job of covering that because he has 2 toxic immunities. He has a Willow immunity. Well, Blaziken is Willow immune. So he has 2 toxic immunities, which he can use to kind of deter toxic in some of these matchups. So certainly, you know, that's kind of how I had played around it when I played against one of these Blaziken teams. But really good game for Maddie here in this spot. Let's see what next game we want to watch here. A lot of good games so far. I mean, we are in brackets. That's one of the things we're going to see. There's a lot of high quality games kind of as we go further. We can watch Austrian George here. Let's watch a little Austrian George gameplay. We don't have anyone playing live just yet. Oh, I had the fucking wrong layout on. Of course I did. Oh, professional streamer moment. Sonic Carp. And once again, another reminder, if you're in the stream, we got 2 likes on the stream. Surely we can get a couple more likes on the stream. I gotta get in my call to action, Andy mode. So if you're watching the stream, make sure to like the stream. Keeps these streams going. And certainly helps out as we get further down the day. Alright, double arrow lead. So let's look at this matchup maybe a little bit before. Steelix looks to be our arrow answer, which makes sense. We got God Wailord, God Whiscash. We got a lot of Austrian George got some bangers here at the bottom. I was thinking of getting Marowak actually for this tour. Marowak goes hard as a Pokemon. This Pokemon's really good. I think Ursaring is kind of interesting as well. Whiscash was actually the most winning Pokemon in pool play, which is interesting. It was actually one of the best Pokemon in pools in terms of win rate, which is kind of surprising, which is kind of funny. And then Wailord is just Wailord. On the other side of things, we have Glalie. Glalie, one of the best Pokemon kind of in Gen 3 in general. And that's kind of one of the... Its kind of role as like a spiker has been massive. And it's kind of honestly just like a really good Pokemon in general. Outside of just being like a lead spiker. It's kind of really come into its own. Yo, what's up, Jay Ricky? Welcome, welcome. And then Arrow T-Tar just puts a lot of physically offensive pressure on opponents' teams. Like, that's just a really, really powerful combination. I played against this combination in pools, but they also had a Metagross, which was a little bit insane. So we see here, it was at a double out, so we see Steelix and Breloom. So now we have to pick a Spore Sack. Which is kind of unfortunate. It looks like Steelix is going to be our Spore Sack, which... oh, we have Lumberry. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And we just boom on the Breloom. Interesting. So we trade our Steelix for Breloom. Breloom is probably a fine trade, because Regice really struggles against this team. I don't know if you even bring Regice, to be honest. What do we need Breloom Boon for? Maybe it prevents Whiscash from being a problem. Maybe Ursaring can do a little bit more with that Gon or Marowak. We see Slowking and we see the arrow come out, but we got the God Lumberry Wailord in the back here. We can still get the T-Wave off on the Slowking, but we're Curse Wailord. Okay. And Power's going to do a little bit. We're going to... okay, we're just going to be Curse Boom and kill Slowking. So we've got 2 boom kills from George's side so far. And now we see Glalie come in. So, spikes are not going to be super relevant, I think, the rest of this game. Depending on what's in the back, only because Arrow and Zapdos look to be primary threats here. So this is probably just going to want to click Ice Beam and do a lot of damage. Look at that, 43. It takes a lot. Or it doesn't take a lot, realistically. And like 2 KOs to Zapdos with Ice Beam. And it looks like George is going to trade damage with the Glalie here with the Zapdos. That's going to maybe open up maybe some more favorable clicks here for the Aerodactyls. He just gets to click Hidden Power, and in comes Tyranitar. And this could be... oh, this is HP fighting Aerodactyl. Well, goodbye, Tyranitar. Alright, that will probably surely wrap this game up as we see God Marowak come in here. So the HP... is this... why is our HP water or grass? Why are we seeing special Hidden Power? Aerodactyl be the wave. the last couple of games. I don't know what's going on here. In power, going to do about 33% of this Kangaskhan. I mean, this is probably, yeah. Let's see. Return here. Whiscash takes like almost nothing from this God Whiscash. Putting in the work. And now, wow. That that crit is crazy right there. Because this Kangaskhan, could have done actually some work to get him back into this game, but Shiny Whiscash, yeah, Shiny Whiscash is pretty fire, and this Surf is going to do a lot. But HP Grass, I guess HP Grass kind of makes sense with Whiscash too. So you get the HP Grass on the Whiscash. But HP Fighting will pick up the Aerodactyl, and that's a big win right there for Austrian George. Super, super good game there. That was... I'm surprised we're seeing a bunch of random HP Grass Aerodactyl the last couple of games, which is like super funny to see. Alright, let's see what we want to play next. We don't have anything... Do we have anything coming up live? I think Puff was supposed to play today. Geronius, however he wants, whatever his username is now, Geroni. Oh, he's playing tomorrow in 30 minutes. Okay, that's good to know. So we can keep going with other replays. What are some other replays that look really good in the replays chat? Oh, HClad versus Sablo. That's actually a really, really good game. So we got Sablo, who is very, very common Draft League player, versus HClad, very, very good ADV player. So definitely one to watch here. Special HP arrow, the Yang to HP fighting Zapdos Yang. That's true. I love physical Zapdos. I love that Pokemon so much. I think it's such an underrated Pokemon. I don't know if it's any good in current EDV. It wasn't really good when I used it either, but it was super fun. Alright, so we see Jolteon lead versus Zangoose, and that allows us to get in Metagross for free, but not after taking 1,000,000 damage from the Zangoose. And that just invites in Skarmory. Skarmory's just going to get some spikes up. So HClad's team is very, very defensive, kind of with the Skarmory, Registeel, Vaporeon, Armaldo, Hypno core. And just really just tries to use spikes to punish a lot in this matchup, in a lot of matchups. Dragonite Charizard, though, obviously immune to spikes, so that'll be a little bit more difficult to pull off here. But we'll see what happens. Why do we got a 75% substitute again, dude? People just got to start EVing their things correctly, honestly. Just EV your mons properly, please. For the love of God. So we're going to BP a sub into Blastoise here. And that's Seismic Toss. This is going to break the sub, so we do get Blastoise in. Probably, it's not going to spin immediately because we want to get a Toxic off on this Hypno, but it'll probably try to spin one of these turns, and this is the turn it's going to try to spin on, as we're just S-tossing the Blastoise for as much damage as possible here. And now we're going to use this to get, and wow, getting Metagross in now. Metagross is paralyzed, so that is massive. Excuse me, that is huge right there. And now we get to protect here, probably just trying to scout what Metagross wants to go for. Apologies for the dogs in the background, just going wild. Get another sub up here. Registeel is in, so we're going to get Breloom, man. Breloom kind of makes sense. To get in here on Registeel, you have to kind of get a Spore Sack going. And it looks like HClad's just going to protect with a Seismic Toss against Focus Punch and allow this to be a Spore Sack. But one thing to also note, okay, we're Sky Uppercut instead, is that Hypno in the back does make Spore a little bit more difficult to click. Because he can come in on a Spore and then just attack for free. And it looks like he's going to double into Moltres here to kind of take advantage of this situation and get Moltres in for free, which... Honestly, Moltres has a pretty good matchup here. We see Toxic come out, but the combination of Toxic and Flamethrower actually are really, really difficult for Sablo to switch in on. So this Moltres as kind of the primary offensive threat is going to be pretty huge actually in this matchup, I think. We see Hidden Power Ice come out, get blocked there pretty effectively by the Blastoise as we just go into... If you haven't seen this game, then it's a good reminder what you should just attack, sack something to avoid auto losing. All right, that's probably some big foreshadowing coming up here. So we're Seismic Toss Blastoise, okay. I guess that maybe makes sense in this matchup. Maybe Surf's not doing as much as you want against stuff like Vaporeon. You don't want to get auto-walled by Vaporeon. And we T-Wave and paralyze the Blastoise. Seismic Toss Gaming. Another Seismic Toss says Charizard comes in for free. Ah, word. Okay, we got... is this going to be some Belly Drum? Oh, this is Subtoxic. I was like, oh, are we just getting Belly Drummed on and just auto-losing this game off rip? But we're just Subtoxic Charizard. This Subtoxic Charizard is actually kind of a problem here, and now we've got our Moltres Toxic, so we're not in the best spot here on H-Clot's side, to be honest with you. Like, this could get difficult. We just get a sub here. Like, this Moltres is going to have to go down. Ah, but we have Rest. Okay, so we have the answer to the problem here. And we're just going to sack off our Hypno here. Hypno kind of at low utility, and that allows us to get Registeel in. But it looks like maybe we're just trying to PP stall the flamethrowers here by trying to bait flamethrowers on the Moltres. Is maybe what we're going. I know H-Clot, I've seen him try to play this PP stall game a few times with his team, leveraging Moltres in kind of similar situations like this against Substitute Charizard. Alright, so we're going to need a Wake here probably. Yeah, we get the Wake, and we just Flamethrower to break that Substitute. And we should be out of range here of Flamethrower. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we take 24. We get a Toxic off. We're not even resting. Interesting. Okay, and we're just going to go into Vaporeon here. Eats a Flamethrower. So we're going to want to get that rested up at some point in this game. But getting Toxic on Charizard is pretty important. Yeah, Aggro Toxic is huge there, to be honest. I mean, we only need to get to about 27, so these doubles into Moltres are going to get that HP back eventually. And we do have Refresh Blastoise here to get that T-Wave off. So we're going to get it back eventually. We just have to find the right opportunity to do so. We see Spike come up, which is nice, but kind of as we've alluded to, I don't think the Spike is going to be the most relevant, I think, in this matchup. Or we were talking about that last matchup. I think it's fine in this matchup, but it looks like we're just going to get Rest Registeel. So we're really just trying to kind of wear out the time on this Charizard. So it looks like, and that's going to do over 51%. So we live another one, I guess. But that just means more Flamethrowers gone. And we can just go into Vaporeon anyway. Alright, aggressive double into Zangoose on the Rapid Spin, which allows us to get a really big hit off here against something. Oh, we're just going to SD. Okay. Well, Seismic Toss, that's going to do some damage, but Zangoose is certainly just going... Oh! Alright, we're going to let this get to +3. Okay, we're going to get to +6. Return kills +6. Yeah, Metagross, that'll do it. Yeah, it looks like we are waterless Zapdos, or Blastoise. Okay, God Quick Attack does... yeah, this looks like Zangoose is going to fucking do a Zangoose thing here and just pack this one up. +6 Quick Attacks, just doing the most. From H-Clat, this might have Mach Punch. I don't know if this kills. No, it doesn't have a Mach Punch. Alright, good game. Good old Zangoose. Something to avoid auto losing. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like how you play around this specific situation, because I think H-Clat kind of backed him into a corner. Like, he was attacking this, but I think H-Clat kind of maneuvered the situation in a way that there's not really much his opponent could have done about that, to be honest. Alright, we have God King L5 playing here in a second. So let's move over. S-Sauce is too passive, I agree. Like, you should just have Surf or something in that spot, because at least if it puts you low HP, you can Torrent Surf and kill it. So I agree. I see the idea of S-Sauce, especially with how H-Clat's kind of been playing. And Surf is like really bad to Vaporeon. Zangoose was real before Emerald came out. Zangoose has not been real in Emerald Open though, so it's nice to see someone's. It's kind of funny to see someone get Zangoose in Emerald Open, because it's not really been. That's been kind of always like a thing people have talked about. It's like a low tier, offensive Pokemon. that could do something, but it hasn't really ever done anything. Alright, King L5 time. Our streaming partner, commentator last time. What is BML's thing in here, Berna? Oh, we just killed something off lead? What do we do? Why is there a Swalot off lead? Why did we lead Swalot here? Why did Swalot lead off against? Wow. And why did we stay in? Oh no. What did we do? John Jr. is gonna love this. Hold on, let me add Sean with this. Wow, that was... Alright, so we bring in Poliwrath in on the Melodic, which makes sense. This is not really going to do a lot of damage here. So we're able to... bring Poliwrath in. Poliwrath has had a really good tournament as well. This is a Pokemon I'm kind of a little bit more high on and maybe want to try out. I think my next Gen 3 draft is probably going to be August. I think Python said he was doing one in August. L5, we need you on US West. Dude, Draft League World Cup will be an interesting tournament, I think. I don't know. I'm not playing in it because I'm going to be... I'm very busy with Magic Regional Championships coming up. I was considering playing for Canada because I mean, I was asked to maybe sub because I probably wouldn't start at this point. I don't play enough outside of doing... What are we rapping? What do we got rap and melodic for? What are we cooking? Well, it's got rest, so I think we're not really concerned about rap toxic melodic, I don't think. At this point, no, I probably wouldn't play anyway, but I think it'll be interesting. They've done that type of tournament a few times, and I do have my criticisms of how Smogon runs things, but I think it'll be better than how it was run before, at least. So we wake up and we're just bulking up now in the face of this melodic, probably trying to just push damage through. We're just gonna get wrapped, not be able to do anything in front of this Pokemon. So, yeah, I guess this kind of just doesn't make progress. I don't know what this melodic necessarily does. Especially where it's bulking up, you can't even like aggressively go into Dugtrio, just like pick it off. Maybe even when it rests, like. I kind of don't know what we're doing against this Poliwrath. Like, his team doesn't even break Poliwrath that well, to be honest. He goes hard Blaziken. Wow. Hard Blaziken is a choice. Does Thunder Punch, like, kill from this range or something? Why are we going this? We have to feel confident that Thunder Punch does a lot from in this position. Otherwise, we're just sacking Blaziken when we had Rapha Melodic as our answer to Poliwrath, which is, I mean, it's a way to approach it, I guess, but I wouldn't necessarily think that's the best way to do it. This 42 doesn't even kill. Wow. L5 is just in a dominant position here at this point. Is able to get Blaziken, Swalot. Alright, well, I guess we Dougie Trap it, so I guess that solves that problem. If Aerialist doesn't kill, then Dugtrio has to just be banned. That can't be, it's just gotta be done. Dude, Dugtrio is such a fraud. Dugtrio is so brutal. Oh my god, dude. What is Dugtrio doing? Is Burna just dead to this Poliwrath? Are we done? I think we're just done here. I think we just go Poliwrath. That crit doesn't hurt. That'll do some damage. We do have Recover though, so we do actually have to bulk up a lot more here. Yeah. What a game! All right, looks like L5 is gonna 6-0 his opponent here in round of 128 with the GOAT Poliwrath. I just said Poliwrath was a Pokemon that's been doing very, very well in this tour, at least from what I've seen. A lot of people that I know have been drafting Poliwrath and enjoying it, and, well, yeah, good, yeah. I think L5 has sufficiently cooked his opponent with bulk up Poliwrath. I don't think there's anything. Oh my god, that doesn't even kill? Are we gonna rest? Pogly Wrath, let's go. What a game from King All 5. How does he do it? We gotta rest up here, surely. Yeah, of course. Hit him with the rest. Hit him with the rest. You gotta be thorough. You gotta be thorough with your gaming here. I respect that. Oh, I also have to message Kirby at some point today for thumbnails for next week, of course. Well, I'm glad we're using substitute. Useless move. Oh no. Well, that was certainly a game of Pokemon. I'm glad we got to watch that. Oh, certainly Armaldo has something he can do here. What did that eat? Why did that actually take like no damage from like +5 Poliwrath? Not that it matters, but that's actually like really funny that it didn't do like any damage like at all. And then obviously Metagross in the back. Not even Psychic, so not even going to be able to do anything, unfortunately. There we go. God L5. What a game. What a game of Pokemon that was. As L5 moves on with his Poliwrath. Do we have anything else coming up in the next couple minutes? Ooh, Max versus Satisfactory Seal. Yeah, this is Max's team. Alright, I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back with this game in a minute, and I'll be back in 1 minute. Alright, let's go. Who's messaging me? L5, was that on stream? Don't worry, L5. We were all watching that truly great game of Pokemon Excellence. Fucking EQ the SWAT turn 1, and then just auto win with the Poliwrath. So our next game here, Max versus Satisfactory Seal. We see Raikou Lax, which is very, very powerful. Raikou's honestly really, really good in this matchup, to be honest. It's really hard for Seal to switch into regularly. I guess, he has Venusaur, but, he can get aggressive with HP Ices because he kind of wants to with Jolteon. Anyway, on this team, so Raikou can do a lot in this matchup to push offensively. And Snorlax obviously will always be very good. Especially, Seal does have the Skarmory, which is kind of like the default answer, or one of the good answers, and can spike to force Snorlax to think about how often it wants to come in. But Max also has a lot of good ways to pressure Skarmory on his team with Moltres, Raikou. Gyarados could technically do it as well. Not really, though. With Substitute, it could. But in the combination of Raikou, Snorlax will be pretty good here for Max. I think a few well-timed doubles will help there. He's got Piloswine, though. Piloswine's actually really, I think, will be good against Raikou as well. Will kind of force some interesting decisions in prep. Go wheelchair. No. Oh, no. That's so sad. Dude, I see the vision with Toxic, Rap, Melodic. I see the vision. But you wrapped into getting 6-0'd, which is unfortunate. That's, hey, look, it happens sometimes. It is what it is. That's how Mons goes. Sometimes you just get wheelchaired. I thought he had to rest on the Blaziken turn. Maybe. We'd have to go back and watch it. But that makes sense then when you went Blaziken. I was a little confused because I thought you would have thought that Thunder Punch killed there to go in there. But if you were predicting Rafts, that also makes a lot of sense there. That was probably like your out. Probably one out realistically then at that point. It didn't even count. I was sure it killed. Oh, dude, Dougie's a fraud. Dude, I love Dugtrio. I love it a lot in like OU, and I think it's actually a pretty good Pokemon, but Dugtrio's on Fraud Watch sometimes. Like, that Pokemon, like, surprisingly does not kill anything. It's not like Raikou, which is, like, super frustrating. As someone who, like, really, really loves the, who really, really loves Dugtrio. Dugtrio can be kind of a fraud. Alright, don't be a private room. Don't fuck with us. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Alright, Exeggutor into Hitmontop. We go into Gyarados and Hitmontop, which makes sense. HP Bug. So, kind of a logical first step of these early turns. Right here. Yeah, Adamant 252 to 18 is so... Were you just Adamant 252? Did you have Choice Band at all? It's just, yeah, it's just obnoxious, though. That Pokemon's kind of ass. Okay, Canada has scored again. Alright, Canada is playing in the Copa America somehow. I don't know why we're playing in the Copa America. I was like, you very set? Makes sense. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I thought it was Choice Band. Like, I assuredly thought, I guess, alright, so I was right that Choice Band killed, realistically, kind of at that point. So I was right about that. But also right in that this fucking Dugtrio guy is a fraud and is trash, unfortunately. Alright, let's see what's going on here. What does Seal have as like his primary switch in? I guess it has to be Skarmory. I think that Skarmory can kind of be a weird Gyarados switch in because you can kind of do stuff like that, like Hydro Pump, and put a lot of pressure on it switching in, and you can sub, and if it doesn't get you on the right drill packs, especially here where it's pressured by Hydro Pump, like, it's gonna be kind of awkward. So this is looking really good for Max right now. He's got kind of good position in these early turns against Seal, so hopefully he can, we'll see if he can keep this one up because it's looking good so far at least. And killing this, what's it called? Killing this Skarmory is going to be massive to open up Snorlax. Like, once this Pokemon is gone, like, Hitmontop is going to be, like, going... Oh, hold on. I fucking brought this up on my phone to test something. I thought I muted my phone. Yeah, it looks like it's looking fine. I wanted to test the audio. Ooh, big double here into Snorlax. Like, Snorlax is looking really, really powerful here in this matchup to push a lot of damage through. And, like, Hitmontop is going to be really relied on here. Oh my god, it did 50. Jesus, even, like, this is not much you could do now about Snorlax. with Skarmory so weak. Fizdeath Bulkapoli, yeah. 80 Spadaf, yeah, God L5 coming through. The goated melodic set, or goated Poliwrath set coming through here. Man, I don't know how Seal beats this Snorlax now. Especially with this paralyzed, like... Can you even kill this with attacks at this point? Like, what on Seal's team is killing bulky Snorlax? You know what I mean? Like what are we doing to this? We're Mach Punching. Okay, that'll put some damage, but we've now lost our maybe last opportunity to do anything. We have to bring in Skarmory now, I guess. But if Max is cursed, he could probably just curse and attack once. Oh, Thief. Okay. Thief is really nice because it looks like he just wants... I guess part of the plan is to remove the Choice Band. Now you seal the leftovers. You get in... You get Starmie on a crit, which is not great. But you have Starmie in. And now Snorlax might... It might be not trivial for Snorlax to actually switch in here. So you're maybe making some sort of progress, but anytime this Lax comes in, it's like... It's just killing the whole team. Like, you're just doing so much damage. You can still have Raikou in the back, too. Like, if we put any damage on this Jolteon, Raikou just wins. Also, straight up. I guess Palossand in the back is a problem. So, I think Max is a pretty commanding spot. He has to make sure he preserves HP on his Skarmory. And it looks like he's just trying to double into this thing as much as possible to get it in as often as possible, which makes sense. This goes back into Donphan. So Taunt protects from Curse. I don't know if we know off the calc what the Hitmontop calc is. It could be Choice Band, but my head calcs are not there right now in ADV. Or in Draft League in general. I've never been the best head calcer anyway. I'm always a big... I gotta be in the calc to remember half of these calcs. Oh, big drill pick there. Actually gonna put this not to a KO though, because we are leftovers and we, are gonna get out of range of it. So probably aren't gonna stay in because we do still need this to actually threaten what looks to at this point be Choice Banded Snorlax, which makes sense. Choice Band Snorlax is just crazy in this matchup. Once Skarmory is threatened, and Skarmory continues to be threatened here on a regular basis. Let's see what other. I'm gonna keep like a consistent eye on the chat to see what other games we have going on. Oh, we go into Charizard to eat the sleep powder. So that was our sleep sack. At this point, maybe Seal was expecting something different, or maybe this was his choice for sleep sack. It looks like it was. Wow, that Psychic's also just a 2-hit KO. I guess it could be a roll here with 38. So maybe not a 2-hit KO. Probably doesn't want to risk taking a Drill Peck, but maybe he can afford to take a Drill Peck at this point, because if you break Skarmory, then like you're in a good spot. But Gyarados looks to be pretty safe, especially where you only take like 19 off a Drill Peck. We also don't know the item on this Pokemon yet. We've only seen the Hydro. We're gonna see DD. Okay, so DD, we'll put it in. It should be able to outspeed. No, it shouldn't outspeed this now. Yet, should it? It might. Depending on the set, I think. It'll potentially outspeed this depending on the set. Because if this outspeeds and does any amount of damage, then this will be very, very good for Max in his Raikou endgame. Because our Raikou endgame is just like instantly free, especially with sleeping Charizard, because if he somehow has EVs to live any hit, which I don't think is even necessarily possible. I mean, this endgame is kind of over, I think, a million ways. There's a million ways I think Max can kind of get to victory here, whether it's kill Jolteon or kill Skarmory. I think kind of the wheels are falling off here for Seal very, very quickly. And it's kind of tough for him to make any sort of progress. Okay, it's probably not faster. I don't think it was ever going to be faster anyways. And Donphan is just so free here to go into. And Donphan just like pressures. Okay, so it goes into Piloswine. Ooh, Rock Slide. I mean, that's going to do nothing to Piloswine anyway. So maybe Earthquake. I guess Rock Slide trying to protect against Skarmory, but even if you hit Skarmory, like, I don't think that damage against Skarmory is necessarily going to be super relevant this game. You know, it'll help a little bit, but I think you're going to just naturally beat Skarmory eventually. Especially with Earthquake actually pressures Piloswine, which is probably in the back. Probably would have made sense to have clicked that first. But we do get a Toxic off here, so there are things kind of going Seal's way. I don't think that they're going to matter in the long run, realistically, but there are things that are, like, starting to go his way. But, like, the combination of Raikou, Snorlax, I think is just still going to be too much in the end game for him. Another live battle here. Rathmon is playing. It looks like we use this as an opportunity to get our Raikou in. And you can kind of T-Bolt freely because Jolteon is at max HP. But it looks like we're just going to go for game with Calm Mind. I think that's probably kind of done by the fact that Piloswine's at low health here. We are T-Waved though, which is like kind of actually frustrating. Like we do have ways that we can... The fact that this got T-Waved, we do have ways we can lose this now. Actually. Like this isn't like necessarily free for Raikou now that it's paralyzed. And with the Wish Up, you can go into Piloswine here. I guess you're risking... Oh, we're just going to Hidden Power. Hidden Power is back, and it's just going to get to full health. So, like, Jolteon's doing a good job holding back this Raikou with it being T-Wave. So, like, I still think despite this, Max is very much ahead in this game still. I think Snorlax should still have enough kind of in the tank to deal with this. And he still has a whole unrevealed Pokemon, which could likely at this point be something like a Moltres, which pushes through. Yo, what's up, LRXC? How's it going, bud? How's it going? Oh, he's Rest. Okay, problem solved. We win the game. We're Resto Chesto. Yeah, that makes sense. We just switch out. So we preserve that for later. So we preserve Raikou, win the game at some other point. But I think we recognize now that we really have to pressure that Jolteon a lot more. Really have to pressure Jolteon a lot more to actually win this endgame with Raikou. It's not going to be free because of T-Wave. Alright, we just EQ to get aggressive. I'm actually kind of wondering... Yeah, Max is very far ahead. Though, one of the things I'm like slightly concerned of at this point, if I'm on Max's side, is that... Like, he looked extremely... I think he's just trying to sack this thing off. He looked super far ahead. Oh, we have Moltres. Okay, I figured Moltres was the last. And Moltres is another just like Pokemon that just can't be dealt with at this point. And then it opens up. The main way that Seal has to get back into this is Jolteon can do a lot here to kind of pull this back. Well, I guess we'll crit the Charizard. That'll probably solve a lot of our remaining problems that we have. Though Hidden Power probably meant that didn't matter. But this Jolteon is like particularly annoying for Max to deal with. And that there are ways that turns can be sequenced, and I think you can still lose this from Max's side, though I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely yet, but I think we're not home free just yet. Yeah, HV Electric probably has to be. I guess it could be water. No, I guess you don't even... Is it water for Piloswine? I mean, it probably doesn't hurt, right? But you probably want electric for Starmie. Yeah, Flamethrower is good enough on the Piloswine that you probably just run electric in that case. I don't know how much I like that switch. I mean, it works out, but like we're running out of HP on this Snorlax 2, and we boom the Snorlax to trade for the Skarmory. Now this is getting really interesting. This is starting to get real interesting because this Jolteon still has to be dealt with. Yeah, you flamethrower, yeah, 100%. It's still fine. This endgame's starting to get real interesting because we still have full HP Jolteon here. And, well, do we know what hidden power this is? Is this ice? This is probably ice. We have not broken through this yet. So we're not home free yet with Piloswine in the back. Though I think as long as we killed it, as long as we kill this, I think we can win. But this Jolteon still like can ball the rest of this game. We do live and we do Psychic, and that should be enough damage. I think that should be enough damage. I assume does Moltres live T-Bolt from 100%? It might. T-Bolt here very safe to protect any aggressive doubles. I don't think any were coming. I assume Raikou comes out here, but it could be Moltres here being really aggressive. Could be, yeah, it could be Moltres trying to be aggressive in this spot. It should EV for T-Bolt here. The question is, would he even give you it? Kind of has to, doesn't he? No, he can sack. Can you sack Piloswine? Yeah, I mean, it definitely is EV for it. Do you sack Piloswine and then go Starmie and try to kill? But does Jolteon, you kind of have to... Your endgame, I think, is hacking the Raikou with this Jolteon, I think, still. I feel like Max has this... Oh, no. Oh no, we didn't... Can we ever live that? I don't think we were ever living that. Is that a roll or something? Hold on. What if we're max HP? We don't need a lot of investment to always live that. From what, Timid 252? Is there a chance that they're modest? This is a problem. Like, are we done here? Yeah, you need so little investment. You need like 144 HP. It doesn't need a lot. The problem is now, is this Piloswine... No, it's modest. What is the speed tiers? Oh, it's outspeeding the Raikou. Yeah, probably is not modest, because Raikou probably has to speed tie this Starmie. There's always time for Starmie. Yeah, you're right. Can't hold. Whoa, I don't know about that. What is going on? Hold on. I'm so confused. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. That was not the turn to do that. Like Let me think. So you have to get Piloswine in on a rest. Sack the mean is just a 50-50. That's true. That's the way to do it. Or forced rest. I don't like that. I refreshed my stream when Moltres got outcode and came back to a +3 Raikou. Goat OB. I see the vision of like trying to catch the Raikou with the Piloswine. I don't think you need Starmie alive. You just need Jolteon alive. Like, as long as Raikou's dead, like, Jolteon just kills the Gyarados. Well, the problem is if you sack Starmie into Piloswine, then it's just a 50-50. And if you get the 50-50 wrong, you lose. Wow, interesting game. Well, Jolteon is good against Gyarados, but then Raikou comes in. The thing is, Raikou is at like low health at that point. So maybe like you get a pair or two and it works out. I don't know. The problem is you can never force this Raikou to rest, which is like the main thing. Interesting game though, for sure. That was a really, really good game to watch. That game was a lot closer than I had envisioned it being. Like a couple, like after the first few turns, like I thought Max was just going to run away with that game, like with that much. Oh, is this game over? I assumed he lost. Yeah, he did lose. Okay, screen doesn't show. I went back. I assumed he lost. Like at that point, like nothing. I don't think there's a way that Max lost that. As soon as he rests, in front of Jolteon, like just pack it up. You know, you put in a good effort. Bro, imagine we waffle about that and he fucking crit the Raikou twice and it died after resting. Oh my god, we look like such idiots. Wow, that was a good game. I think, like as I said, I think Raikou and Snorlax was like really powerful. I think Max maybe gave Seal an opportunity to win the end game. But I think it's kind of one of those things where Raikou Snorlax was just kind of going to be inevitable in this matchup. Diglett over Piloswine, so true, so true. I mean, we saw Dugtrio be a fraud earlier in the day, so I think Diglett might have been more of a fraud. We're maybe getting Jolt spreads now. Oh, someone asked me earlier today for my Hariyama spread for my ORAS game. Let me give them that. Hold on, let me close, what is it, close combat, knock off. Alright, there we go, sent that. If the plan is to, maybe, I don't know. Interesting, yeah, certainly a good game. Okay, so looks like Max was not EV'd entirely for it. He had like 6% of his rolls died to T-Bolt, which makes sense then that it died there. Not sure why he wouldn't go all the way for it, but alright, let's watch this game. This is the game I want to watch. This is who I would have played in the next round of this tournament when I got knocked out. Unfortunately, I'm out of this tournament. Spoiler alert for my Emerald Open video that goes up probably like a couple months time. But I am out. Maybe we'll watch that game. It wasn't that interesting of a game, but maybe we'll watch it later. I kind of want to watch this game. What could have been? Because I do know who wins this game. So I'm kind of curious. Let's watch this. Alright, we got T-Punch, Gyarados, and HP Hidden Power, another Moltres, and we just set up a God Sub. Sub Likey Bear. Okay, so we're physical HP Flying probably then on the Moltres. Oh, that HP Flying does a shit ton to this Starmie. This Starmie is in a little bit of trouble. We got Meganium now, so we come in on a Surf for free. We can definitely take Ice Beam. We could definitely take Ice Beam and Giga Drain here, but we go for the Leech Seed. This is an interesting, yeah, that's an interesting Moltres set. And it looks like we're probably just going to trade Spikes here. Sludge Bomb into Snorlax. This is, I'm assuredly immunity, so it probably doesn't matter. But we got God Duskull, the ultimate answer for Snorlax is God Duskull. That takes 49 from +1 burn. Snorlax and Shadow Ball, that's so shambles. We get a Taunt off here, though, so that will prevent the next curse, which is good. Dude, Duskull's actually, like, super clutch. Like, honestly, I told So I helped Jay Ricky draft a little bit for this. So the person on the right is someone who is Jay Ricky, very good Wi-Fi player actually. So he played in the BBR one of the last seasons I was in it. PPL player. I think he's in. I don't know if he's announced in his next league. I know what his next Wi-Fi league is. I don't know if what's going on with the announcements for the next Gen 9 Wi-Fi league's going on. But I know he's in a really big Wi-Fi league coming up soon. So super good player. And I told him to get Duskull. I was like, dude, like honestly, for like cheap ghosts, Duskull is kind of fire as a spin blocker. Like low key, also like kind of bags up some Snorlax sets too. Like with taunt, like he's kind of locking it up right now. Like he's taking a lot, but with spit F drop with Shadow Ball, that's tough. It's just like, especially with Pain Split, like this guy's just kind of fire. Honestly, like look at this. Like you're still like, it's down at like 30%. You're still gaining like good health back here, and then you're probably gonna sack this thing off. You know, you're gonna taunt to sack this thing up, and now your whole team kills the Snorlax pretty much, and you left it at +1, and you traded Duskull for basically Snorlax, which is like not a bad trade by any means at all. As you see here, yeah, the Rock Slide's going to come out and kill. So I really like Duskull. I think it's a really underrated Pokemon. I think a lot of people were picking it up for cheap. Let me look at Scraft's thing. Was Duskull on this? I feel like I have to look at the data more. He published a data set that I should look at. Considering I actually do data analytics. Oh, I'm not even... Dude, I gotta remember to fucking change the screen. I'm so bad at that. This is why I need my third monitor set up. Maybe I'll set it up for tomorrow's stream and set up my desk to do it. Sub Punch looked decent, yeah. Sub Punch would have been pretty fire. We should have a lot of Sub Punch too this whole tour, so... It's a super, super good set. Alright, let's see. Sceptile brings in Meganium. Ooh, we missed Toxic. That's unfortunate against this Moltres set. But I mean, we got speed anyway, so I guess it doesn't actually matter in the long run that we miss. And then we see my personal favorite ghost. This is my favorite ghost of all time. I love Mischievous in Gen 3. I even drafted in Gen 9 sometimes in tours. I think this Pokemon is super fire. The slow taunt totally shits on the 3 lax answers. Yeah, it definitely does. Let's see here. Taunt. Yeah, the slow taunt is fine, and we do get poison here. Thing is, like, even with... Well, I guess for Curse-Lax is not a good matchup. Choice Band Lax is like kind of decent here still. Like it actually still puts a lot of pressure through Hitmontop. But I kind of agree. I don't know if Curse, especially Curse early, was necessarily the best move. And now my cat is just being a problem. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, of course. Of course. You know what? We love dealing with the cat. It's the classic hours where they just run in between rooms for like the last like 3 hours of the day. Alright, we see Leaf Blade come in here, put some damage on the Meganium. I get a Toxic off on the Meganium, so... I mean, Go On still, I don't know if that mattered, to be honest. It probably did. Meganium's strong, but it's not that strong. I don't have like a frame of reference for how defensively strong the Sceptile is. But you probably... it probably did matter. Let me see. Hold on. I'm also looking at I'm looking at SV, which I don't think matters. Jay Ricky's... Dude, I love Jay Ricky's team. Doesn't hurt that I helped them. Yeah, that I helped them fucking pick it. To help them draft it. What? HP Ice the Meganium? Hold on. Empower Ice. How much did that HP ice do? Yeah, the crit mattered. Okay, that's annoying. Yeah, their crit probably mattered in the grand scheme of things. Which just means we're probably going to be able to pick up kind of the rest of these kills at some point here. And then Starmie just cleans here at this point. The Psychic should just kill. Beard's Outspin on Starmie. Yeah, one of the things that Alright, there's some waffling about how he didn't want the crit. Maybe it sounded like it's physical. I don't know. I kind of got distracted by my cat. I didn't actually pay attention to the in-game. But big win for Cherokee. That's a good point, LRXC. The double spin is really crucial. Because if Starmie's just forced to be defensive spin the entire time, you can't like discount it as an offensive threat. But it becomes less threatening as an offensive threat. So double spin here is super useful. I was a little surprised this did not come. But there's a Mischievous on the other side. Like there are things that prevent it from doing things. And yeah, you can just choose. Yeah, like it does open up like a little bit of your team, certainly. So I do kind of like that a lot in this spot. I think double spin teams are usually pretty good. In this instance. All right. Let's see, what else do we got in the replay chat? So I don't know if we have any games coming up soon live. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have another game coming up live anytime soon. Not that anybody has talked about in the chat. So we saw the Gohan game, I wanted to watch that. I haven't watched Kirby play. God, Kirby. Ran up in Begania wasn't there. The team had Zero Lantern. Switch-ins. That is that is insanely random, but it is kind of true, I guess. Hold on, isn't Lantern on this dog? Dude, I'm looking at these graphics and I don't remember half the fucking Pokemon that are on them. I like have said that this Pokemon was on this graphic like 7 times. And not once have I said has this Pokemon appeared on a Scraf. A Scraf graphic. Maybe I'm just waffling. Alright, let's watch Kirby play. The God Kirby versus Bredibus. I heard a little bit about this game. I tried to ignore... So I don't really remember what happened because I tried to ignore what they were saying about it because I want to watch it here. Live on stream. For those who haven't, who are in the stream, make sure to like the stream. We got 10 people in here. Surely we can hit 10 likes on the stream at some point. You know, hopefully we can hit 10 likes. We can do that. All right, let's watch this game. All right, Dragonite versus Kangaskhan. Oh, we're just going to DD. We don't care. We're just going to take... Oh, Splitter did 49? Jesus. Oh my god, we did 38. We're not even doing damage. Ah, okay, this I knew was happening. I knew there was a Blizzard mess in this game, which means we're going to be able to pick up the... Oh, we're likey. Okay, we're going to be able to pick up... His Raikou matchup is not good. I guess, yeah, Magneton can kind of save it, actually. Magneton makes it fine. Alright, so he misses the Blizzard on the Kangaskhan, which means we're cooking a little bit. But I mean, we only do 61 and we trade. Okay, so we traded Dragonite for Kangaskhan and like 50% on Claydol, which is okay. We just boom on the Cloyster, but that brings in Raikou for free. And as you said, Raikou is kind of crazy, but there is a Magneton which should mostly solve that. And we do have Substitute here. So Substitute Magneton can hopefully put a little bit of damage on this Machamp here. Good 37%. I mean, that's going to be healed up with leftovers over the course of a couple turns. Oh, we're going to miss the Cross Chop on the Cloyster. Okay, I can kind of hear what happened here. All right, we just boom on Machamp. So we get a free boom on a missed Cross Chop. That was a theme in my game as well. We'll get to my game next, actually. I think I kind of want to watch it again and kind of go through how it was played. We get a little Leech Seed off here on the Raikou. So we've kind of like frauded like a few Pokemon here is kind of one way to look at it. Certainly It was kind of funny. We are T-waved under Calm Mind. Oh, he gets a free arrow switch, which is really good for Brett here. That double edge is going to do 1,000,000 damage. Oh, but we're Selakberry. Oh, we get a rock slide off. Do we flinch? No, we don't flinch. Okay. That's Selak. Ooh, the poison point is huge, though. And now we got a speed tie here. So if this is CB, then we just take a double edge here and attack. Alright, I see the vision with Earthquaking because you figure that it's not going to stay in double edge. If it's choice band and it's going to switch. But I guess at this point, is there even a switch into Earthquake? You're probably just sacking that Pokemon up anyway. Alright, now we're Calm Minding in the face of Magneton. Which, I mean, Magneton kind of walls this, but... like, if it's CM Rest, like, it should still be able to pack this one up. Okay, so we killed this, which means we're probably not Rest then. And then we just bring this in and... I assume we just Earthquake killed the last two Pokemon. Quillfish is the end, and alright, there we go. Good game. That was an interesting one, by all means. I think the cross-shot miss into getting boomed was actually, like, just insanely massive in that game. Like, that was just huge as a result of kind of how that happened. That just kind of changed everything about that game. HP grounded 0, wow, yeah. Alright, let's get into my game. I didn't... You know what? We'll watch this. I think the Kanglee was kind of funny. I kind of see the vision, but it was also, like, doing no damage. And, like, you probably build a set with Ice Beam that can 2-hit KO. Or try to... bring that same to anything else in the back. Okay. You know what? Did I want to do this? I had to play Zaya. Yeah, it was... it was an unfortunate pull round one. It was an unfortunate pull round one in bracket, certainly. I mean, it is what it is. Like, one of the things that I like about this tour is, like, there's so many good players in this tour because we have a lot of Smogon ADV players, a lot of good draft players. So there's a lot of crossover of two communities in this tour a little bit, where this is a draft tour, but primarily mostly Smogon and ADV players playing it. So I feel like the quality of players a little bit higher in this. So Zeo, I mean, it's just tough. There's so much you can do about that. This matchup was really, yeah, H-Clot Destroy with the Zam was very, very good today. We watched that one earlier. It was a very good game. This matchup is really tough for me, and it's tough for a few reasons. My Snorlax, it's really hard to click a move with Snorlax in this matchup consistently. With the combination of Gengar, Flygon, and Registeel, really, really hard to choose what to click on any given turn with Snorlax. Once one of those Pokemon goes down, it becomes a little bit easier. There's still some 50-50 stuff going on, but Snorlax has a really tough time pushing progress. And I think it was like Curse 3 attacks in this matchup. I guess I have the team. I can load it up. Yeah, it was Curse 3 attacks and just very bulky. I had enough speed to outspeed Slowbro. And mainly the idea here is just to try to, like, this is going to come in and do some damage eventually. But it's just a really tough matchup. And Registeel was it's kind of like the biggest problem, because I didn't bring Moltres, because Moltres did nothing, honestly, the rest of the way, and just invited in Tauros. Tauros was also the other massive problem in this matchup. It's like, don't switch into Tauros well long term. Especially HP Ghost, because HP Ghost is kind of free to click, because I'm never really switching Snorlax into Tauros, so they can just HP Ghost the entire time. So this is a tough one. This is a tough one. If you had to wait to Pursuit, Gengar, Block Grass Curse would have been crazy. It could have been, yeah. Yeah, if I trap this, then maybe, yeah, if I have a chance to do something like that, but... so right here, I just Ice Beam, kind of frame one. One of the things... Oh, I just lost the cap on my pen. One of the things the reason I Ice Beam here is I have my... So Psychic Gengar here is going to be kind of a relevant thing in this matchup. I'm EV to live every Psychic possible from Gengar, I'm pretty sure, from like Timid Gengar. So getting any chip on this means I guarantee that I can just use my Gengar to check their Gengar. But I get burned here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it doesn't actually change what happens. Here, I'm just going to get one Spike. Spike is massive in this matchup for me. Spike really helps put pressure on Registeel and Slowbro. Slowbro protects Registeel so well here. And at this point, because of that, I can actually just go into Gengar because of that extra chip and get a free Psychic off. And now starts the problem of the Registeel here, as this Registeel is able to just wall me kind of for eternity. I do get a Leech Seed off here, and this Leech Seed is pretty crucial in that I need to keep this in range of Psychic, so I just need to keep its HP low enough that I don't have to worry about like very spit off bulky sets, and I go for maybe a pass to protect here. But I'm able to bring in my Snorlax for free and start kind of doing my thing. Goes for the T-Bolt. We dodge a para here, and I choose Shadow Ball because I don't think that they're going to go into Registeel with Substitute at this point. I don't think that's realistically going to happen, so it's going to be either stay in or go into Gengar, and I just go for a Body Slam here and get a really massive para staying in this Thunderbolt. So I had to take a lot of HP to do that, but there is opportunity for me to get HP back here, and this is where I made probably a really questionable play. I just EQ into this. I just planned to counter for no reason. I should have just gone into Meganium here. I saw the 2-hit KO and I tunneled in on that as an opportunity to get a 2-hit KO on Registeel, and then I should have knew counter was coming. Just honestly just not really like thinking that much realistically. So just kind of a bozo moment there for me. But realistically, like one of the things that I'm really trying to play to at this point is Gengar endgame, because Gengar kind of smokes my opponent's team, to be honest. Like, Zapdos is weak. Gengar can be killed now off a speed tie. Now I'm targeting this Flygon, so this Gengar is probably assuredly faster than me. Though this Gengar could be targeting the Primeape, but I'm pretty sure it's targeting its own Flygon and trying to overspeed me by that. So there's a little bit of mind games going with Gengar speed here. But it kills Flygon. Blows back like the Slowbro too, and then Registeel weak obviously is... I don't have a move for Registeel, but Registeel in theory can just die to it. So I played into here when I could have just brought in Primeape, but the reason... or I could have brought in Meganium, but also, one of the things here, I have Sub-Salic Primeape, which I think is really, really good here, because this opens up a lot of damage on this team. It kind of not always gets 2, but it puts a lot of pressure on the team. I at least get 1. And one of my thinking in this game is if I pick one of these, like a Pokemon or 2 here, then Gengar kind of has enough gas. Yeah, I like how you just say Lampo's team. My Gengar has enough gas to kind of pull it off. So I just start subbing here to kind of pull it up, trying to pull some things here. And here is where the game kind of falls apart. So I could have subbed here to get into Salac. And was probably the slightly better play. Flygon was still in the back and able to kind of take a lot of damage here, but I decided to raw cross chop as he goes hard into Tauros, and I miss. This was a roll, I think. Like, are you not afraid of a quick attack Flygon? Nah, I ain't afraid of quick attack Flygon. Nothing scares me. If I trade this for one Pokemon, then it's good enough. That's all I'm really concerned with Salac on this set, is getting 1 kill. Because the whole idea is to open up either Snorlax or Gengar in the late game. Primeape's not really a primary win condition. This is just a way to like pressure fast Zapdos. It can get Gengar if I have to, or it gets the Tauros. In theory, this took like 76 to like 88 or something. So it didn't die here, but it meant that I could check it and it couldn't come back in on Spike. So that's like super troll, and fucking, yeah, look at this. In the chat, fucking Kaz comes and drops a smoked in the chat, like a fucking bot. What a dick. It just drops smoked after I miss a really good chance. Like, I still don't think I can win that. Not that I don't think I can win this game at this point, but I still think I have a decent chance of losing this either way. That's not like a game-winning play for me. But that's just so backbreaking to have happen, because this Tauros now is just going to dominate my team. There's like not a lot I can do to counterplay the Tauros. Now it goes into sub Flygon, and this is kind of the set that I expected. Now it's HP Fire Meganium. This was the one big mistake in prep. I had HP Fire to like use Leech Seed plus HP Fire to like put off, like just to whittle down the Registeel over time. But it should have just been HP Ice. Like I just don't think like doing that to Registeel was necessarily logical. Especially if I get a Leech Seed up on it, then I can just go into Blastoise and like surf and like protect and do stuff. Like it just didn't make sense to do that. If I have HP Ice, this game becomes so much easier because I don't have to go into my Blastoise here and eat this Toxic. So that was my real big prep mistake here, because I'm going to have to refresh, and this thing is still behind a Substitute, and I had basically max HP because of that. Yeah, this is crazy that if you killed... Yeah, I think I should have subbed. Subbing made sense. Subbing gave me 2 shots at the Tauros versus the 1. So, I mean, hindsight's 2020. I was thinking that I saved the chance to sub on something like Registeel in the late game if I had an opportunity to break down Flygon. Then I actually have like a way to like use the Salic maybe in the future and get like a few more kills, because like I still was like thinking like, how do I actually win this end game now without my Snorlax able to push through damage even on Flygon too. But now at this point, like I'm very low health here. Like this Earthquake is doing enough to kill me at this point, and he's gonna go into, or it's not doing enough to kill me, so he's just gonna go into the Registeel here. At this point, I kind of like quickly realized that like HP Fire is just like kind of a bot move, and like it's doing a little bit, but like my game plan is always just Leech Seed, protect, and just gain HP back on this. I don't need HP Fire to like accelerate this process. It's not really relevant, especially we're gonna have to go into something like Blastoise. I need this thing to get leftovers and Leech Seed damage back to be relevant against Flygon long term. So that's kind of what you see me doing here, doubling out a little bit. And you see me catch a Slowbro here on the double, which means I'm going to be able to get a Leech Seed off here. So this is like, this situation was always going to happen to Registeel. So HP Fire was just super irrelevant. And then I can catch the Zapdos here with HP Ice, like just illogical to do that, because now I have to take a Toxic on this Meganium, where I otherwise wouldn't have, and it would have had a lot more longevity. I do make a pretty aggressive play in here into Blastoise, because I still am really prioritizing getting health back on this thing, and I figure an HP Ice is coming, because I need this thing to be able to handle Flygon still, to have any chance in this game. So I gotta make an aggressive play there into Blastoise. And Zeo goes into Slowbro. But I still have, you know, this is Toxic, but I still have a lot of chances to pick up HP. And I am Giga Drain here still, so it's like there's still a lot that can go for me in terms of getting HP back. Do go for Leech Seed here because it's going to give me the most amount of HP back. I do have Giga Drain, but obviously Giga Drain's not going to give me any HP. I get Fire Punched here. At this point, I kind of like am relegated to the idea that I have to sack my... I kind of have to sack something, and a Meganium just has to be the sack at this point. I do take this as an opportunity to try to come in on a Fire Punch to get even more Leech Seed recovery, which is once again aggressive, but I do have to like get as much HP as possible on Blastoise, because I also have to have it do stuff against Tauros too, probably in the end game here. In comes Flygon as I protect. I probably could have Leech Seeded again there, or something, maybe something a little more proactive than protecting. And then I just go into my Blastoise because this Flygon has to set up a Substitute to deal with me. 32 is going to put me in range as I break the sub from the second EQ. So if I didn't go on that double, then I probably would have been fine. But my opponent does like to sub again, which means I am at a EQ range pretty much most of the time here. I live on 1 and I get the Flygon. So at this point I'm thinking, well, it's still not like out of the realm of possibility that the endgame for Gengar is still here, because I do get to bring in my own Gengar. Now it does end up being faster, so it was probably just max speed to protect against me creeping Flygon, which makes sense. I probably should have just ran max speed maybe, but I do live every time because of my investment. I'm able to pick that off. But the problem with not getting the hit earlier is this Tauros now just wins the endgame, where there was like a real possibility that Gengar wins that endgame if I don't miss the cross chop. So unfortunate, it is what it is. That's kind of how the game played out. The game could have played out maybe a little differently if I hit cross chop. Zeo probably makes a lot of different plays here. It doesn't necessarily just get into a position to lose the endgame versus Gengar, but kind of a little bit of a sour way to go out on that one. But no, it is what it is. That's Mons for you. That is Mons for you. let's see, what else do we want to watch? I think it was a really good game. I'm not, there's like, maybe some things I could have done differently, but I'm not like super disappointed about how that one went. So I'm happy kind of in the end with that game and being knocked out by that. All right, what else do we have replay wise? Single elim is always so inconvenient. Yeah, it does feel bad. That's why we've added double elimination for the round of 16. That's been one of the I think some of the feedback we've gotten doing this tour is ADV too, like with crits doing double damage and like T-Wave is a little bit better. There is kind of have been a desire to like make it less single elim, but we have so many people sign up that it's hard to do it the whole way through. So round of 16 and onward is double elimination now to kind of make up for that, but it's hard to run double elimination for like 128 people in a bracket, unfortunately. So it is what it is. I've been knocked out at this stage twice in a row, which kind of feels a little bad, but yeah, there's always next year, which is super fun, which is super good. And then I got low tier coming up, which will be fun. Yeah, I'm just saying not being double elim, yeah. Alright, let's go into the next game. I don't know. And to be honest, like that game did frustrate me at the time, but I've been playing, I think, decently this month anyway. Like my goal this month was to not. Would be tough to just poke. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, it's unfortunate. I don't think I made a lot of mistakes in that game necessarily. There's maybe a few, but I think like the main one was the Snorlax. If I don't do that with Snorlax, I think I'm probably in a better position to win that game. I think I've been playing fine. I had a really good Oras Cup game today that I was just feeling really good about. I really like my team, not just because it's Zardwai Cresselia, and it's been kind of a meme of mine for a while, but oh no, OG Albina just played. Oh, he played on Thursday. Let's watch Owen's game. I think we played. Yes, we did. I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, it was me versus you if we played, which would have been sweet to play. More Wi-Fi games. That's one thing that's been like super sweet about this tour. We've had a lot of like Wi-Fi players like actually like play in this tour. Like if we think about like, because like you're in it, I'm in it. Well, I mean, I hope since I'm in it anyway. Owen's in it. John is playing. Kirby's playing. Like a lot of the Wi-Fi community is in it, which is super fun. All right, let's watch this game. We'll watch it from Wild Form's side. Owen leads Jolteon into Wailord. All right, this is this is a classic LRXC viewer nickname moment where they name all of their Pokemon after the fucking after friggin' what's it called, Battle Factory Pokemon. I think the last time I did this, I like jokingly said, like I wonder if this guy is just like actually using the Battle Factory moveset, and I wonder if he names it after him, because that would be pretty funny. This is my first ADV experience. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun format. I think it's a good change of pace. It's like it's a different challenge. I mean, I've been on the record saying I hate Gen 9, and I think like Gen 9 is like barely playable. Barely playable is generous, to be honest. But I think ADV is like really fun. It's like an interesting challenge, and the games I find are a lot more interesting. So yeah, it's super fun. I mean, it's one of those things though where like because the pool of Pokemon is so small, it's kind of hard to play a lot of it, because one of the things I've noticed, you notice like doing these streams all the time, is that the team comps are so similar that like you can't play this format as Draft League day in day out, because it basically becomes the same matchups recycled consistently. But like once or twice a year, super fun format. Did we just go hard into Rhydon on a Wailord? I guess it's probably just we think it's EQ. Yeah, I guess we think it's EQ because of Jolteon. And then we Protect to see. Okay, Ice Beam is our choice of move. Interesting. Wailord kind of is shiesty here a little bit. And we can go into Skarmory now. Looks like we're just going to get some spikes up. But we got Toxic coming out of Skarmory here. But it looks like we're just going to try to get up kind of all of our hazards here. What's good for Owen's side is we can actually spin away these hazards. But looks like we're going to get a protect off here. We're going to push Ice Beam Pressure first. Do we not have spin here? Oh, we go hard Entei on the protect, which is interesting. Okay, that's good. So now we get Entei in. But now we don't have these spinned away, so we're just playing the triple hazard stack game the entire way through. We get a sub up. Sub is going to be pretty good here. Sub Toxic on the Moltres. And we get a Roar off. And it looks like they're going to use Roar to kind of spam this spike damage over the course of the game. It looks like we're just going to sack Cloyster. Looks like Roar Moltres is actually really tough for Owen to deal with. It's going to put a lot of damage on his team over the course of this game. We even got a Donphan in the back too. Thunderbolt gonna obviously get, you know, packed up here. So Baton Pass into Mence. I hope you don't get Rock Slide. He does have spin. Wow, I forgot that Donphan was on this team. So he does have a spinner, which means he's gonna win the Hazard War. And I don't know how Owen beats this now. Like, his opponent's team just kind of has everything it needs now. He's got the 3 spikes up. Like, this is just tough. All right, we're going for the bulk up endgame, but Skarmory's just going to roar, and that will be... There's not a lot of ways to get through this now at this point. Maybe a burn here? Burn would have been nice. Would have helped get some residual damage. And Owen drops the fucking early GG as he doesn't get the burn, which is funny. That's a classic Owen moment right there. We do have Agility Jolteon. I mean, it's not killing the Donphan. Not killing Donphan 1, that's for sure. And we're going to BP into Machamp, though. But he just gets roared out. Okay, yeah, this is hella over. I think I was just going to get 6 out here. Potentially, this is an unfortunate one. Unfortunate one for our friend, Mr. OG Albina. We got Killer ASCII playing. All right, let's, you know what? Did this just go as I expected? Okay, a few more things happened, but it is what it is. Let's watch Killer ASCII play live. The GOAT. All right, let's see. We'll put ASCII on this side. And then this person's name is Chili's Grilling. What the fuck is this person's name on Discord? I mean, look, as I said, I can't... oh, this is gaming. Oh, that makes sense. I was going to say, I shouldn't be judging fucking usernames. I'm like the worst when it comes to using alts in this community. I've used probably the most Showdown alts, probably like of all time, like realistically. Why is this music so quiet? I guess I'm using a lo-fi, so it kind of makes sense that it's really low, but... Alright, let's go to the first turn. Let's walk through this a little bit. Let's see what happens. Sceptile lead against Kangaskhan. We get a sub up, 76 HP. Nice, thank God. We're doing it a little bit properly this time. We're probably sub-seed then, realistically. Okay, it looks like we're just going to keep subbing in the face of this Kangaskhan, which is fine, but I don't know if we're necessarily going to be able to do anything. If we get... I guess if we're Overgrow, maybe we kill? I don't really see... Does this kill? It doesn't even kill with Overgrow. So we traded our Sceptile for almost all of Kangaskhan, but Kangaskhan maybe comes in and gets health back off a Wish on something else. An Earthquake Soul Rock into the Breloom. As he's going to have to maybe pick a Spore Sack, but it looks like we're just going to Sky Uppercut Raw here. And that might be maybe trying to play Choice Banded there. Not 100% sure. Gligar. Oh, we see a big Secret Power coming here onto the Quagsire. It looks like we just sack up Kangaskhan here. Now that makes sense, just to go into the Kangaskhan, get a quick sack. And now we get Focus Punch, and that Focus Punch should just drop the Heracross. And now it's looking... Alright, now we're back live, so it's looking decent for ASCII at this point. Breloom's putting in a lot of work right now, getting a lot of damage with the combination of Focus Punch. So I think this is definitely Choice Banded Breloom. I think the Sky Uppercut damage definitely kind of indicated that, and the fact that they're using double Fighting Stab, I think it's surely Choice Band. Yeah, 47 Hera with Uppercut, like that's a Choice Band. if I've ever seen one. So he can bring a Quagsire here now because he knows that this is choice banded. And then maybe he gets an Ice Beam off here, probably. Did we reveal Ice Beam? We've only revealed Surf. The question is what goes into... Oh, it goes into Gligar. On the Sludge Bomb, wow. I don't know about Sludge Bomb. Figure there's no way he stays in, so you just click a Surf or something, especially where... Whoa, we are cursed. Okay. Well, this should definitely be Hidden Power Grass. I'm gonna say, we're definitely seeing Hidden Power Grass. But we do... Okay, so we do pick up a kill on Ampharos, which is nice. Since in the back we probably have Zapdos. We definitely have Zapdos in the back. I don't know what else we would have in the back. Maybe we're Agility. Agility Zapdos, maybe? I'm trying to think of like how Gaiman wins at this point. So we've got rid of Kangaskhan. We've got rid of the Ampharos. There's probably an Aerodactyl still in the back for Askey though. Like it's probably Aeros Starmie in the back. I think he just open Zap to win the game. Kind of, yeah. Unless like it could have Arrow in the back. Still, I think he still has to get enough chip on something else. Realistically, I still think he should have surfed on the Breloom, because then this Gligar becomes less of a problem here. Or this Gligar doesn't have... You don't have to worry too much with Zapdos. I guess you don't have to worry about clicking against it anyway. Okay, here comes Zapdos. The Pokemon that should assuredly pick up most of the rest. Yeah, Zapdos, Nido... I think it's Zapdos, Nido versus Aerodactyl, Starmie, probably. Which means Zapdos... The problem with that, though, is that you have to take hits from both of those, and I don't know if you're necessarily guaranteed for that to happen. I think you're kind of maybe behind to... You're definitely... I don't think you're able to kill both. Especially if you somehow don't pick up this kill. But you should. Like, there's no way you don't kill this, right? Unless there's something crazy going on in the spreads here. Agility Zapdos. Yeah, Agility Zapdos would go hard. You have to find an opportunity to Agility, though. And it probably has to be on this Breloom, as it's locked into, like, Sky Uppercut or Focus Punch. Well, it's not Focus Punch against Sky Uppercut, because Focus Punch... Oh, we're just going to Agility on this. Okay, so we found the Wincon, which is Agility Zapdos. Wow, that did pitiful damage. Alright, well, that didn't do enough damage, so yeah, this might be getting close to over. Okay, this... did the crit matter? I don't know. I don't know. It looks like Gaiman is going to Zapdos and kill Askey here, though. Because Thunderbolt should kill both Arrow and... thing. Unless this is CB Spore. CB Spore would be kind of a menace move here to save himself from Agility Zapdos. You'd still have to like maybe aggressively switch into Arrow to try to hope to pick this off, but that is an option that potentially could have here. But it could just be CB like Rock move to try to kill, because this might not kill. They could have Drill Peck. It could be Agility Drill Peck, and then that doesn't matter. Certainly, you could have a Drill Peck that kills from this on an Agility set. Yeah, it does not have leftover. So yeah, you're probably right. It is Lumberry. I would guess at least. I don't know what other item you would run unless you're sub. Well, I guess none of the sub stuff matters, because you're already Agility, so you need sub Salac or anything. HP Ice, wow, that puts it to 4. All right. Hidden Power Rock, that'll do it. Kills the Zapdos. I don't know if that was a range or not here on the Breloom to only do 77%. We do have Nidoking in the back. But the comment, I think Starmie should clean this game now at this point. Nidoking should surely outspeed this, but you can just kind of bring Arrow in an Earthquake and not really feel too bad about that. And then like you can just Psychic and Surf with Resto for chest? Well, yeah, it's dead now. It's gone. But yeah, it looks. Yeah, I think Game has thrown in the towel here on this one. Unfortunately, good game for Askey. It was looking tough against the Zapdos there. To be honest, that could have been a really dangerous situation. But good game there for Askey to pull that one out and move to a round of 64. Hold on, let me fucking deal with something first. Oh, god damn it. Oh, we're in Enduro? Okay, hold on. I mean, I think this game is still over. Anyway, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. You're gonna, I mean, you'll get this, but Arrow's like in the back. So unless this Solrock has, ooh, double endure. Wait, hold on. Oh, we thawed. All right, the thaw's crazy. This game is. What is going on here? What is going on here? Do we flinch? Wow, flinch is crazy. Flinch is. Oh my. What is this? Bro, what happened? What the hell? What the hell is this endgame? Hold on. What a way to win. Oh, we love Pokemon, don't we? Dude, Game and dropped the fucking GG too when he lost. Dude, that's the classic GG when you know you've lost, but you fucking find a way to win. At the end of the day, that is... That's crazy. What a fucked up day. Oh my god. I might have lost my mind if I lost that from Aski's side. That's crazy. Wow. That... Yeah, that's Pokemon for you. Let's get the instant replay. Let's get the replay to go up. I gotta get some water anyway. So I'll be right back, but we'll watch a replay of that in game because that was ridiculous. Oh, I hit the record button, not mute my audio. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, let's get that replay. And see what happened here. Alright, let's see. What? Oh god, this is a crazy game. Alright, oh, this fucking random Drop League World Cup stuff going on. Maybe I now have to play because there's gonna be fucking 2 Canadian teams. God damn it. Alright, let's like watch this endgame. What happened here? Alright, so we endure on the Nidoking. So we get into Salac range. But we endure here, yeah, this is a mistake. Is our Calking Choice Band. Here where endure doesn't kill. So now they've opened up an endgame where they can lose. That they have to hax the Solrock with the Aerodactyl here. Which I do get it, but then they miss. So, yeah, kind of a scuffed end game. I think ASCII could have maybe played that one a little cleaner by just killing. Yeah, I think they just miscalced at the end there. Yeah, it's just unfortunate how that turned out. Because I think ASCII definitely wins that game if they just calc correctly. Yeah, unfortunate how that happens, but it is what it is. All right, let's see what else we have going on. Alright, what else do we have replay-wise? I don't think there's anything in the chat that tells me that we have a live game coming soon. So, we can probably just watch some more replays here. It looks like tonight's a little bit slow, to be honest, on the live games. So we might cut this a little early, maybe. I don't think we'll do 5 hours. I think a lot of people are just gonna play on Sunday, which makes sense. So we'll probably do like the full 5 then, because we're also running out of replays that I'm like super interested in watching. Oh, we'll watch Colo Sports Legend Raz. Let's see what Raz is cooking up with here. I'm gonna get a chance to talk to him about how this game went. Let's see. Let's watch this game. Yeah, I think we'll do maybe 3.5 or something. Oh, big Dugtrio lead. Just because I don't, unless a lot of people are playing, I'm playing with the next hour, but like how many more replays do we got that I'd even want to watch? Oh, there's a few. Yeah, we're kind of like, we're running out of them quickly. Unfortunately, that's kind of what I was fearing a little bit, why I started a little bit later, but not late enough, I don't think. So let's see, we go into Wheezing here on the Snorlax. We get a Taunt off here. I don't know how much that'll necessarily help in this specific instance. Alright, we're doing a lot of doubling here to try to get kind of some good positioning here on the Snorlax. We get Sand Up, which is nice. So now I get information on the Slax set, so we know it's the lefty Slax now. That looks like an opportunity to get a substitute up against Slax, and because we know now that we're living substitute because it's doing 19 with return, and we get a sub Focus Punch. Opponent is smart enough though to go into Claydol to kind of play around that though. So Cladle should do a decent job walling this, but we crit the HP bug, probably. Which is unfortunate. So now this sub lacks. Should kind of go crazy because it probably has Earthquake, or it's just going to just straight up Focus Punch now again, and this should do a metric ton of damage. And Blaziken will die to sand. So Sub Punch, D-Tower just putting in an insane amount of work. We get a setup of Rain here, but kind of smart move by Raz here to stay in. Because this Ludicolo is not really threatening the Tyranitar under sand. So you can kind of just really HP bug and then switch out the next turn. So I kind of like that play of staying in HP bug and then going to Starmie this turn. Do get a substitute here though, which is potentially good, as this HP Grass is going to do a lot of damage. You know, we're still going to break the sub, but we might have to trade off our Starmie here. But we're just going to go into Weezing there to take the Surf. Well, I mean, I guess in theory took the Surf. I don't know if we would define that as taking Surf, but it certainly did die. But now Dugtrio gets to come in with no rain turns left and just EQ to kill the Ludicolo. And now Weezing comes out, so yeah, at this point, I think T-Tar should be able to kind of figure its way out around the rest of the game. Glalie explodes to end the turn, so that's good, and that brings T-Tar in. And T-Tar gets to sub up. We kind of saw last time that T-Tar can sub up and kind of take over this matchup. Raz elects to save HP here by Rock Sliding, which could make sense. In the back is maybe something like Espeon, and then he can just choose to sub up on Weezing, and that is a Will-O-Wisp. And that maybe slightly takes advantage because you get a more healthy substitute here, and now you can just start spamming Rock Slide against this Weezing to deal a bunch of damage. Alright, we see our Rock Slide miss, that's fine. This Lunch Bomb is not breaking sub, so this thing's just going to be able to set up sub basically an infinite amount of times on this Weezing, and this is a pretty big problem. Yeah, it looks like it takes 2 Sludge Bombs, so Flinch basically almost brings it back to full health, which is, I mean, this is pretty over. Wow, goes for the Pain Split too, tries to get aggressive. Kind of sees the writing on the wall in this situation. You know, a little flinch for good measure. Why not? Why not a flinch to kind of end that sequence out on? And we see, you know, another Rock Slide and then probably something like Espeon in the back, or Ampharos, which will just certainly just get packed up by this T-Tar. Focus Punch T-Tar will do 1 million damage. It puts it in range. Alright, we do get staticked. You know, we're not going to win 4-0. But we might not win 4-0. We might have a chance to do something else, but we're just going to hard Dugtrio and this will end it up. Okay, hold on, sub. Alright, Sub Punch Ampharos. This might kill. Yeah, it definitely does kill. Which is funny, but Starmie will outspeed and kill this, certainly. So, good win for Raz here to pick that one up, and he moves on to the next round of brackets. If you're in the stream and haven't liked the stream already, make sure to like the stream. It'll be greatly appreciated. Help support, keep these streams going. I've been really enjoying doing these from World Open. Kind of glad that I started doing them this year. To be honest, LRXC kind of quitting on them and me doing them has been super good. Not just for my own enjoyment, but it's been good kind of on the channel as well. Let's watch Jay Scurf here. Potential Team Canada coach or whatever. I don't know what's going on with fucking Team Canada. Smogon World Cup or Smogon Drop League World Cup. Who knows? But fellow Canadian will be a part of that whole program, however that kind of goes out. And also in Low Tier Mayhem, there is a new low tier league that is starting next week. We are doing draft analysis. Oh, we have a live game. Now against, who are they playing? Let's watch the live game. Yeah, let's watch the live game instead. We'll get to this in a second. We'll get to this in a second. But Jace, alright, we'll also get to Low Tier Mania in a second because that is relevant to Jay Scurf and not this game. But Low Tier Mania is coming next week. There will be, we'll talk about what that means in a minute. So Ryan Gosling versus now. Let's just go back to the front and the start and just watch it from here. So Big Don Fan versus Marowak lead. Alright, we SD Marowak and take over 50%, so that doesn't really productive turn there. But we get to go into Gyarados for free here. And we go aggressive Magneton here. There is a Skarmory in the back, so that makes sense why we're trying to aggressively get our Magneton in to catch that Starmie. And now we have Blissey come in. But we do have sub, 75%. We want to be hitting 76% with our substitutes. But we do get Baton Pass into Medicham, and this is kind of a classic Medicham moment where, we do have sub on Medicham as well, where Medicham with Baton Pass sub is just so broken. And we have Ice Punch as well, which is massive. So Ice Punch is going to put a lot of pressure on this Gligar. And now we see Substitute come out again to maybe get some extra chip on this Gyarados here. Maybe not going to do a lot. We're also going to miss, so that won't do. That'll remove most of our damage potential there, but we go into Donphan and eat a Hydro. Wow, Hydro Pump Gyarados has been doing a lot of work on this stream so far, and we look to see HP Ghost does not kill, and then the Thunderbolt kills in response here. So we've kind of lost a lot of damage there, but this Sand is going to kick up and kill Gengar, which is massive. But that does bring our Medicham back in, and Medicham is looking real good right about now, especially with that Ice Punch. We know that it's not choice banded now, so this Ice Punch is going to be able to pick up this Gligar here. And there's really not much preventing this Medicham from winning this game. Like, what does Nal have for this Medicham at this point? Really, it's just not. It's really not looking good. Going to Blissey, the Blissey gets frozen. That's kind of frustrating, but I assume maybe Brick Break doesn't kill, but we do thaw out. And we do get a chance to substitute, though, which I think the substitute would have prevented kind of most problematic situations here. And now behind a sub, I really don't know what Nal is doing kind of about this situation. I think it's just going to be a problem. I just don't think they can beat this. Like, Brick Break puts them down to 92, and they could have maybe S-tossed or T-waved there, but they're down to... They go down to the... oh, hold on, we got Endure. They go down to the thing here. Endure is pretty good here. So you do have Endure Salac as a way to kind of revenge this, but you do have Donphan to kind of check this. The Freeze does kind of prevent the T-Wave, but it would have been a 50-50 scenario. The win con is Gligar is faster and kill AC flying. Yeah, that's kind of how you have to win this. I think realistically, even with the Freeze, I think you're really just dead to Medicham, honestly, anyway. I don't really see realistically a way out of that scenario, unfortunately for now in that spot. There's just kind of not much. There's really not much you can honestly do. Now, realistically, you could T-Wave this Jolteon and win and kind of get some more hacks going. Like, T-Tar, like I guess Magneton has to beat the rest in the back, so there's probably too much in the back to really kind of manage that, and you have Substitute and are faster anyway. So a little BM sub there when you're faster, but I respect it. You do kind of want to get behind a sub for this T-Tar, and this allows you to Baton Pass for free into Medicham and pick up another kill here. This looks like what we're going to do. We take the EQ, but we can just Brick Break twice here. I assume we Brick Break here. I don't think we have to Ice Punch. I assume Brick Break does more damage. I can't imagine Ice Punch would ever do more here. And we killed the Marowak. So good game for for Ryan Gosling pulling that one out. I still don't think the crit mattered, but maybe I'm wrong here. Okay, so let's move back to what we were originally talking about. So we're watching this J-Script game. J-Script is a part of a new league that I assume I can reveal people in the league. If fucking Owen wants to cry, then he can. That's not my problem. He is in a new league that is starting next week. We have draft analysis going up next week. It is called Low Tier Mayhem, I think is what it's called. Low Tier Mayhem. So we're playing Gen 9, but with only low tier Pokemon, essentially. So Pokemon that, we're cutting out like your Iron Valiants, your crazy stuff like that, and we're playing with a lower set of Pokemon. So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be a really fun league. Draft analysis goes up for that next Saturday. So I'm going to actually record that probably a little bit after tonight's stream. Another reason why I'm probably going to end earlier. So that's coming out. It's going to be super fun. I really like my team. I think my team is super interesting. And we have a lot of like really, really good coaches, I think, in that league that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. From like BBR, some coaches from PPL as well. So a lot of good stuff coming out. Like Forge, I feel like I don't recognize that league off the top of my head. I would show the tier list, but it has who people drafted, so I don't really necessarily want to spoil other people's picks. I don't really care about spoiling my stuff necessarily, but I don't want to spoil other people's picks. Let's just say the top tier list of Pokemon are Pokemon like Entei, Crocodile, Iron Jugulus, Raikou, stuff like that. So that's kind of like the top of our metagame. Kind of like, honestly, I'm like ADV a little bit in terms of the top. Like Raikou is kind of like near the top of the metagame. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the power level that we're going for in that. But enough said, we'll watch J-Scurf, someone who's going to be in that league, play their Emerald Open game. As we see Substitute come out here from Houndoom. Blissey in the back. Are we going to see... We're going to see Taunt. Maybe we'll see the beat up tech come out as well at some point. That's something that people have been using to kind of handle these Blissies. But he does just go into Machamp here. Machamp is going to be able to put a lot of pressure. Especially with some... Alright, we're just spamming Substitute, I guess, today. That's kind of like the main ADV tech here. Oh! Oh, word. We're just going to get a sub up and crit the Vaporeon. Epic. Oh, we're going to crit the Scar. Okay. Well, okay. You know, that's just a great game of Pokemon right there. Just the double crit. No triple crit here. No freeze. Okay, so he can't be lucky forever. I mean, it's a high crit move, to be fair. It is high crit. But that is pretty funny, to be honest. And looks like Dragonite's probably going to be able to pick up the Skarmory as well. So it looks like J-Surf is going to kind of run away with this one just a little bit here on the back of that double crit. His opponent's just in a real tough spot. We're going to see sub Charizard here, maybe trying to take advantage of a switch. But it looks like he's just going to kind of maybe sack off this Dragonite here to prevent something like that from happening. Probably maybe primarily to prevent Belly Drum from just like randomly winning on the spot, which is important. It's kind of important to make sure something like that doesn't happen in this scenario. I haven't landed one crit yet. Yeah. Dude, I barely land my cross shots when I click them, let alone get crits off them. Alright, so Solrock here. We aggressively switch into Raikou. If we get burned and we're not rest, that's a problem, but we kind of get a jail on that one. We do get a sub up here. Blissey is kind of a problem. I don't know if I necessarily like going for... Oh, we're sub-toxic. Okay, so we're going to use this as an opportunity to try to chip down this Blissey a little bit to open up Raikou in the endgame. But we're going to see a switch out to Hitmonchan on the Protect, which allows us to preserve Blissey health as much as possible. We're just going to keep protecting to get HP back on our Raikou to allow us to play that Substitute Toxic situation against the Blissey. That's an unfortunate Toxic miss there. But we're going to Boom here with Solrock. Boom was really good on kind of all of those Pokemon. You either get the Hitmonchan, the Charizard, or probably maybe even get the Blissey too. I mean, if they go into Blissey, you either kill it or it's kind of neutralized. And now Machamp comes in here, and now it's... Alright, we miss a cross shot. This, we could be in danger territory. We do get crit. I mean, that crit kind of illuminates that we're, in theory, not in threat. Okay, we're definitely not in threat, because we're not missing two more. We're going to elect a substitute here, which will, I guess, not guarantee two more, because you do Estos. You do have to hit this one now. And it does not kill, so we have lost our Machamp. But we can probably bring in Houndoom here. Or I guess Raikou is just fine to bring in. Raikou should just win this game. So you can bring in Houndoom and like Pursuit Trap it or something stupid, but you just win with Raikou in this end game. So maybe it looked a little dicier in the end than it actually was. But good game for J-Surf there as he goes to the next round as well. I'm going to take a minute to sign up for Draft League World Cup, I think. I don't know if I should sign up for this. We'll see kind of where it goes, to be honest. We'll see where it goes. I feel like I shouldn't. It just wouldn't make sense for me to with my schedule. But I don't want people who signed up. I like to at least give people who signed up an opportunity to play, and if I can help that, then I can certainly try to do that. let's see. Do I have any other live games coming up soon? Why is Jake asking these random people? These two people if they're playing. He's probably their next opponent. So he probably wants to know when that's done so he can get ahead on matchup if possible. Alright, let's watch a few more replays. Let's see what else we got here. But kind of as I've alluded to, there's not a lot of games going on now. So we're kind of out of ones maybe I want to necessarily watch. One of these has already got sweat. We'll watch Crying play. Crying versus Nerdtex. I also kind of want to hop in. I think John is streaming now, or John should be streaming in a bit. So I kind of want to just like, I might want to jump in his stream for a little bit and chill. Kind of enjoy the rest of, chill for the rest of my night. Because the last time I did this, I was dead. Like when I did back to back, like I did 3 6-hour streams pretty much in a row. So we'll probably keep this one a little bit shorter and kind of go all in tomorrow on all the games we expect to see. Right, so Hidden Power Grass onto the Swampert goes into the Moltres to take that. We do have Lumberry on our Weezing to boom on Moltres and take out the Moltres. And now we see Executor come in on Swampert and click Psychic right away to pressure that Flygon. And then wow, nice good aggressive Aerodactyl switch in to take advantage of the Flygon, and we Dragon Claw. So Dragon Claw probably definitely kills from that range, so good move there. Oh, we're just another HP Grass. Another HP Grass Aerodactyl is like they'll been the wave this stream. I don't know why that's been the meta. The last this today is just people bringing HP Grass. Aerodactyl is just kind of hilarious. And we do see a big Thief there, so Thief taking the leftovers off the Blissey. So that's going to make this Blissey a little bit less effective over the long term of this game, as something like Snorlax now looks really opened up to be able to kind of take advantage of the weakened defensive team. Big sub Lantern here with the Thunderbolt's going to put big pressure on the Fortress. Now this is a roll. We go for it though, we get it. So that's big to get that. We don't have to take an EQ. And now we can kind of freely go into Aerodactyl here, as EQ is kind of obvious at this point. We do make an aggressive double here, probably expecting the Blissey, and we're going to get that Blissey here. And Absol is going to have to be the sap, but we do have a 75% substitute here. But we're just going to be able to Facade. Okay, so we're Facade here, probably trying to take a burn from the Moltres, which makes sense. You can kind of see that. I can kind of see the vision there. We see a big EQ here. Take out the Swampert, and I think at this point Crying is really just going to kind of pull out the rest of this game. This Earthquake should do a ton. Yeah, 44 is enough to threaten it, and if you live, you get another EQ off, and that's going to certainly, I think, lock up the rest of this game. There's really not much I think Nerdtex can do to pull out of this one, and it looks like Aerodactyl should be able to pick up. Special Aerodactyl, of all things, is going to come out and clutch this game up. No Leftovers Bliss. The Leftovers was thiefed earlier in the game, actually. He had Thief on this Aerodactyl, and he took the Leftovers for himself, which is pretty fire of tech, honestly. Super, super, super sweet tech. Thief is something that's been, like, we've seen a lot more in ADV. No, it's all good. It's all good. We've seen a lot in ADV over the last, like, couple of tours. I think people have been, like, slowly adopting Thief kind of as a move more and more regularly. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like there's no real other games going on right now, and I don't really have any other replays that I want to watch. And since we didn't really schedule anything, I think that's probably going to be the end of this. Is there anything else I want to watch? We'll watch. Oh, we gotta watch the Pythons game. How could I forget Beats Black versus fucking Pythons? Dude, I gotta watch that. I knew there was another replay I wanted to watch. We'll watch God Pythons play. And then this will be the end of it. I'll save any of the other replays I missed that I want to watch for tomorrow's stream. And of course, Maggie is waffling again. Give me 1 second. Maggie, we're not doing with you all night. Go on. The joyous life of having cats, honestly. I also have to build my ORAS Cup team tonight as well, so I got a lot to get done. Alright, let's watch this Pythons game. Beats Black, who's been regularly in the chat over the last couple of streams, is in and playing against our good friend Pythons here. So we see Jolteon coming here, eat a T-Wave. That's one of the funny things I love about Gen 3, is that T-Wave, that Jolteon... What are you waffling about? Holy, you are so excited tonight. Is that Volt Absorb doesn't affect T-Wave. Okay. This is annoying. What do you want today? Go play. Holy, that's just gotta love cats, don't we? Oh, so we T-Wave with Jolteon onto a switching in Hariyama, which means this thing is gonna do massive damage. Oh, we've imprisoned. Oh, we've sealed hidden power off of the Hariyama, which is super fire. Super fire attack. But Rock Slide's still gonna do a lot, unfortunately, for Pythons, as we bring in Fortress assuredly to get up some spikes here. I think at this point, yeah, it looks like we're just going to start spiking up here, try to get some residual damage going over the course of this game. Get a big Toxic here. We see Rapid Spin come out, so it looks like we're not going to prioritize spikes too hard because of the fact that we know that there's a spinner there. We're going to want to put a lot of damage on that. And wow, Python switches into a Rock Slide here. That is a lot of damage still, even after being intimidated. And we do have Substitute. Okay, so we've subbed up, sub leftovers, and we're probably going to be able to get a nice Earthquake off here. Oh, we're Dragon Claw instead. Okay, so not able to pick this Pokemon up, but certainly able to do a lot of damage. And then a good hidden power there. It also covers the Jolteon switch. Well, the para there is pretty tough because I don't think Pythons could be in a tough spot now. And another para prevents getting a little bit of additional damage on the Hariyama here. And then HP Ghost, a great click into the Duskull. I mean, unfortunately a crit, which definitely mattered there at that point. You know, Pain Split would have been nice to help prevent, you know, it could have been nice to help kind of take a little bit more chip off that Hariyama, because that Hariyama is looking really, really tough now in this end game. He still has to deal with Tauros, which is a great way to answer, as it comes in here, to answer his Medicham, as this is kind of a classic Pythons Medicham matchup. But we do have Miltank. Let's see how much this takes from Tauros. It does live, you know, live at a 2-hit KO range, which is super nice. But this invites Hariyama in every time as well, which is super problematic. Alright, we do get in on a para, which is nice. Getting in on a para is massive. If he misses Rock Slides or gets parried here, then he's in a good spot as well, too, to finally start pushing some progress on this, but it's not going to happen. And we see the Jolteon switch in on the HP Flying. Once again, doing a lot there. And now Miltank is going to be heavily relied on, I think, for the rest of this game to kind of keep Pythons in it, because otherwise, like, it's kind of his only thing to take a lot of hits for most of this team. And now we see probably Rock Slide comes out here. Brick Break comes out from Hariyama. So now we get hard into Tauros here on the HP Flying. Going to take a little bit of chip. You do have to start doing damage to that Pokemon. But this paralyze on the Miltank is going to make it so you're... Oh, I guess we crit anyway, so that'll solve that. I'm going to say you could just get hacked and be in a really, really tough spot. We do have Endure, Salak, Medicham, which is going to definitely check this Tauros, and Reversal is going to do a massive amount of damage. Oh, and we get another Endure here on the Whirlwind. Okay, so scouting for Mach Punch there. Would have been nice to have picked that one up, because now Tauros is just a real problem here to kind of end this game now without the +1 speed. You know, if you just kind of take your kill there, then you might have a chance to actually just go through and win the game. Here at this point, we'll see. I guess Mence comes in and does get the Intimidate off, so you're kind of maybe hoping that helps a little bit, but Blastoise is not going to be able to do enough here, I think, especially with 2 other Pokemon in the back and Toxic to be able to win this game. Alright, we're Rest, never mind. Maybe we do have something here. Resto Chesto does actually potentially open up something. Now, we do need a move to hit this with. We do see HP Grass or Electric come out here. Probably Grass, just to actually hit the camera, potentially. Oh, and we do Freeze, but we are Lumberry. Okay, so we do see that. But with Rest, I mean, we're not out of this if we're Pythons yet. We're definitely not out of this. I mean, we're risking a crit here. I mean, we're really risking a crit. Yeah, and we do see the crit come out. I mean, there's not much we could do about that. And it looks like Beats Black is going to pull off a big win against Pythons to move into the next round of the tournament. That, I think, will be the end of the stream now. There's no other live battles going on. We've watched a lot of the replays that have gone on. I think realistically, as kind of expected, most people are just going to play tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a very, very busy stream, certainly. So I think the plan is still to start at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or whatever 5 o'clock. Same time this stream started is when that stream will start. So a little bit early this time. Once again, I also want to make sure I'm not kind of overextending myself on doing these streams. And we watched a lot of the games that I kind of wanted to watch today. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't. There's going to be new Draft League content next week. We might just do one Emerald Open stream next week, so it'll probably just be the Sunday stream. But on Saturday, our draft analysis for the low tier Mayhem Draft League goes up. So if you have been enjoying Draft League and ATV and want to see Gen 9 Draft League and kind of a lower power environment, kind of similar to what you've been seeing here, check that out next week. But that's the stream. Good to see you, Fernanch. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Hopefully see everyone else tomorrow for more Draft League Emerald Open content. See you then.